Welcome to Pre-Game Radio. You're listening to that song. I'm not looking up to find it. My monitors are vertically stacked now, and I have to train myself to look up now, and that's just not happening. That's where chat is, though, so I'm gonna have to get used to it. I'm gonna have to start looking up. If I don't. I'm also kind of mixing the volume right now, and I'm noticing that I'm way louder than the music. This seems more appropriate. And I would tend to agree. And I also noticed in my edit of the last episode of Not For Broadcast. Here, one sec. Let's change scenes here. I've got actual stuff now. So we'll still listen to the music here for a minute, because I'm not quite ready to jump into it. This looks like the volume is going to be okay. But I'm going to turn up my own volume. But I think this is going to be good. I got my new desk set up. I guess I could show you guys that. Hold on. We'll show you that before we get into the game, and then we'll jump into the game. Right after this, I'll show you guys my new setup. So this is here's OBS. Here we go. This is my new setup. Let's see what size this monstrosity shows up as. That's actually not too bad. So chat's on the top screen, my game's on the bottom screen, and my desk is smaller, but the overall size I'm working with is still the same, so yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it so far. So we're gonna get rid of this, and we're gonna go to this. I might give the... yeah, that should be okay. I need a touch less audio. So yeah, I am excited to get back into this game. I really like this game. And this, so far, like where we've gotten to, that's as far as I've played. These are all DLCs. We'll play those later. Wait, what did that say? Progress in the story to unlock. Okay, cool. So we'll come back and do these later, but first, I want the lockdown, huh? But first, I just want to do a normal run first. This must be when COVID hits and they all get locked down based on these pictures and video. Do I get to work from home? Probably not. I probably have to go into the office. Oh.
Since you went down. You have to fix it now. Look left, Alex, out the window.
Yeah.
See?
Oh.
All over it, little bastards. You're going to need a full charge to clear that many off. Hold down the big button until it's fully charged. Then release it to zap the little fingers. Excellent, Alex.
I don't understand how I got here.
Must have built up while you were napping. Usually it only takes a tap on the button to clear one. Look, there's a lone one climbing now. Zap it off before it starts to mess up the signal again.
This better not become like a full-on mechanic.
That seems to be the last of them, for now. Right, we're about a minute out. Get the adverts loaded up.
Hold on. Like, that seems like it just jumped somewhere weird.
And I'm Jeremy Jones. Our main headlines tonight.
Continue. I just wanna... What was this?
Join Jeremy and the team, there's just time for a brief look at what's coming up later tonight on Channel 1. At 6:30, it's a brief history of Sports Board where Patrick Bannon will
Okay,
be
yeah,
taking a look
sports board. Okay, so that was day 151, and then okay. Okay. Cool. We're already into we don't know how many days have gone by. And there appears to be little pink men climbing a tower. Okay.
Alex, oh thank God you're alive. It's Jenny, the floor manager. Are you okay? Alex, Alex, you need to get it together.
So like I'm pretty sure I passed out at work. Oh right.
Look at it. That's all we've been putting out since
When we did the electricity. That's how we ended last, didn't we?
out the window.
Was the one where I was getting zapped all the time?
Little bastards. You're going to need a full charge to clear that many off. Hold down the big button until it's fully charged, then release it to zap the little fuckers. Excellent, Alex. We're broadcasting again. They must have built up while you were napping. Usually it only takes a tap on the button to clear one. Look, there's a lone one climbing now. Zap it off before it starts to mess up the signal again. Great.
Okay.
That seems to be the last of them. For now. Right. We're about a minute out. Get the adverts loaded up. I've got to deal with my pet idiot. And Alex, keep
My
your
pet
ears
idiot?
open. You'll hear them
What?
climbing up the tower.
Also, why did I...
Let them build up.
In a few moments, we'll be going live to the National Nightly News. But before that, let's take a look at what's coming up later on.
This has no
tonight
credibility, Jenny.
On Channel 1 at 7 o'clock.
No
it's another
professionalism.
episode of What's wrong with this picture? And
It's not a
tonight,
mess.
of television
Everything is where
Wait,
it should be.
it's broken.
ramshackle and characterful, and I expect you to know the difference.
That's followed at 8 p.m. by a
Of course, Megan's place looked lovely, but I can't see it, can I?
Thanks, Jenny. How's lock-in with the boyfriend going?
Outside.
Decided to take his chances on the wild streets, eh? Rather than endure another romantic comedy.
We'll put that there. Both reflections, and we'll go with internal use only. Wait.
So she's not talking to you.
Yes, I know, I can hear her.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
Count us in.
Make it so.
Okay, 10 seconds. Break a leg, everyone.
Preferably a furry one.
It's the National Weather Report.
5, 4,
But now,
3,
it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson. For the
Good
National
evening,
Nightly
I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
and I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Snugglepups? It's been almost 5 weeks since all the Mrs. Snugglehugs toys woke up simultaneously in factories worldwide and began searching for their husbands.
Oh.
Mr. Snugglehugs we had so short-sightedly destroyed. And now, as this photograph suggests, they may be changing tactics.
Built to surprisingly traditional gender stereotypes, the Mrs. Snugglehugs have been arming themselves with a variety of household implements. All the more reason to make sure that cat flap is taped up good and tight.
Armed
Okay.
with blunt weapons, the Mrs. Snugglehugs are only ankle height and therefore able to be kicked away easily by young, healthy individuals. They do, however, pose a particular risk
Uh-oh.
to the elderly or those with pre-existing medical conditions like fatal bruise syndrome.
Going stir crazy, with no signs of Mrs. Snugglehugs' batteries running out, and the government lockdown now in its 31st day, domestic relationships across the country are taking some unexpected turns.
Dramatic reports are beginning to emerge of uncharacteristically bold behavior in homes across the country. And we're not talking about the model planes that occupy so much time in the Donaldson household.
In response to a nationwide lack of toilet paper, which was, of course, raided by the Mrs. Snugglehugs to construct their vast hives, many of the nation's adults have turned to a more childish solution, or at least that's their excuse.
Locked and loaded. Shame calligraphy, Johnny Hamsleeves.
Okay.
Taking his own unique approach to being locked in.
Since checking into rehab, not much has been heard from the former role model, but this latest photo leaked by another resident today seems to confirm that all might not be well at Gentle Touches.
Poor old Johnny seems to be back to his old ways, taking what looks like to me the electrifying mixture of zap, crackle, fizz and buzz, or as I call it,
There you go. Thursday.
Shape of things to come. In their own version of a lockdown for more than 45 years now, the descendants of Doctors David Wong and Ingrid Sporsborgen Horgensvoord and their unfortunate team today managed to get a personal statement to the surface using flagellized imaging equipment.
Many of the Sporsborg and Horgans brood, as they've come to be known, have certainly captured the public imagination, with a recent vote naming Helvetica Sporsborg and Wongensvoord the most likely to survive a massive electric shock.
I'm Sporsborg and Wongensford here with another pointless message that no one will ever see.
Okay.
We've been down here so long now, and you never communicate. What's happening up there? Have you all fucked off into space? Like fucked off into space? Like ladies? Or just a space for ladies? A space harvest time again. Like it is every third Wednesday, but harvest's not what it was. Still, it's not what it was. Someone found a couple of Wellington boxes in the rusty wreckage. Mum and Dad must have missed them when they first got down here all those years ago and totally effed up my life! Totally effed up my life! Kids' toys, apparently. Mr. Snufflehooks or something? Helvetica's trying to get them switched on. Apparently there's still life in the batteries even after 30 years.
Okay.
Topsiders are amazing. Topsiders are amazing.
It's hard to believe they've been down there so long now.
But everyone knows time moves differently underwater, Jeremy. That's why baths take so long.
That's right. And as anyone will tell you, the deeper the bath,
The quicker the relativistic forces of temporal causality will have a
Oh,
measurable
God.
effect upon the fixed dimensional parameters of your environment.
Okay.
Yes, I've said that many times.
Papers, please. With the lockdown becoming ever more rigorously enforced, having a passport is becoming increasingly important, Alex.
The government caused controversy today by announcing a fresh charge of passport fraud with an imaginative form of punishment for those found guilty of this brand new but incredibly serious crime.
In what's being called a draconian measure, the government has reinstated the ancient right of trial by custard. Just like in the old days, if you float,
Trial by
you're executed on
custard.
the spot. But if you sink, well, you'll go well with profiteroles, Jeremy. You'll go well with profiteroles, Jeremy.
And Advance speaks out. With the snuggle struggle proving a test to governments around the world, Advance HQ released a curious
What do we got?
statement this afternoon.
In the accompanying release, they asked us to stress that they have been listening and that this should be taken as a response to how the people really feel.
We've certainly done our bit on this show to contribute to the political climate. But let's not forget, how we behave in our home lives is what really matters.
Let's hope it's not just me who filled out that questionnaire, Jeremy, or we're all in trouble.
Let's play that statement. Let's play that statement.
Evening. Apparently, we need to have a chat about playing by the rules. So, the other night I were at my local park for research purposes, and there were a bunch of lads having a kickabout without a care in the world. And not only did they refuse to let me join in, they wouldn't even let me have a swig of their white stripe. Laughing and joking they were, like there weren't a national crisis on, until one of them little pink demons followed them home and kicked the shit out of their nan. So, I've got two things to say to you young, fit folk. One, stay at home. It's not for you. It's to protect your Aunt Mabel and Bill next door. And two, always share your booze with your Prime Minister. As my old man used to say, there's only two types. Then we will help you across the road with the shopping, and then we will kick you in the fanny and nick your macaroni. So don't be a pasta snatcher. Stay at home. Have a brandy. And it'll be all over before you know it. Thank you.
There we go. Mr.
Ridiculous stuff.
Later tonight, Jeremy will be probing heartthrob reporter Patrick Bannon, while I take a deep dive into some controversial opinions with two familiar faces.
And then, in our third segment, and presumably because our editor is also working from home, there's going to be a bloody quiz.
I can't wait.
Don't do that.
And in a moment, Jeremy Grumpelson and I will be asking controversial CEO Sophia Remington where it all went wrong.
And psychic scientist Dr. Delia Lywell will be joining us,
Okay.
presumably to provide a bit of false hope.
Maybe she'll tell you how you're going to die, Jeremy.
Too late. I'm certain it happened months ago.
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News.
Jenny says she will.
First tonight, how do we get here? Where are we going? And most importantly, who's to blame?
Joining us from her villa on the island of San Palmerino is CEO and socialite Sophia Remington.
Thank you for having me, Megan. I am loving your hairdo, babe.
And from her crystal healing laboratory in what I assume is a garage in Lower Uppington, Doctor, it says here, Delia Lywell.
Thank you for inviting us on your show.
Us?
Don't. Miss Remington, your toys are rampaging across the developed world, your company is worth less than my annual salary, and your country's president recently called you a national disgrace. Have you taken your eye off the ball?
Oh, honey, you're so cute when you're angry. The thing with you folks over there is you have an island mentality. You can't see the bigger picture.
So, what is the bigger picture?
The bigger picture is lithium batteries. Our toys have been running for upwards of 71 days now with no signs of them slowing down whatsoever. Imagine what that means for the future.
It means we don't know when the hell this lockdown's going to end, doesn't it? You don't seriously believe Remington's fist can survive this?
Lithium batteries are gonna change everything, tiny ogre. They're gonna power our new transport system, make technology portable. Hell, this might even take us into space.
How can you make them with everyone at home?
Oh, don't you worry about that. Thanks to the work of thousands of tiny hands, they're already pouring
Oh,
into the
good.
production line. Times are good for Remington's fist.
But surely you have no future.
Excuse me, hello, yes, if we might. This is our area of expertise.
Oh
What,
God.
multinational economics?
Future, Mr. Donaldson, to which we are all connected.
Yeah, okay, I'll bite. Why not? There's clearly nothing better to do. So, what does your scientific process tell you about the future of Sophia Remington, Doctor?
We see her on a balcony. Foreign soil, but not foreign land. An age will pass.
Fascinating.
Wasn't it just?
Delia, you are amazing. We have to fly you out here to the island to do that for my guests. They're gonna love you.
Unfortunately, all flights are grounded because of your tiny, deadly stowaways.
Not all flights, honey. Dee, call me. And you, Maggie. The more the merrier. Bring your swimwear.
Miss Remington, you seem completely ignorant to the seriousness of the situation. Do you take any responsibility at all for the global crisis?
Careful! It's a trap.
It's not a trap. Why are you helping her?
She seems fun.
You bet your ass I'm fun.
Please answer my question, Miss Remington.
Listen, are lithium batteries the most incredible
Oh,
invention
boy.
the world has ever seen? Probably yes. But, in fact, who am I kidding? It is definitely yes. But will they last forever? One day, all the Mrs. Snugglehugs will just stop. It'll be like a miracle. And then we can all go back to the grand tradition of buying products again. Because I really don't mind telling you this, it is really hitting our bottom line. Except for sponges. We seem to be selling an assload of them.
Dr. Lywell, do you have an indication of when or how this might end?
Well, it's not an exact science,
Or even a real one.
but our senses tell us that there will come a day when there will be clouds in the sky, the grass will be rich and verdant, and the birds will sing at dawn, and that shall be the day when we walk forth again.
I find that strangely comforting.
That could literally be any day.
Well, let's hope it's soon.
Clouds, grass, and birds. That's literally every day.
Let's hope it's not too soon. I'm kind of hoping we can make it to the 100 days. It sounds good on a commercial. Besides, if it lifts now, the children will have to go back to working normal hours.
Well, let us ask the eminent professors for 100th then.
No, let's not, eh?
I'll drink to that. Stay strong and party on.
Sophia Remington, Dr. Delia Lywell, thank you for joining us.
When we come back, we'll be reaching out around the country to see what's really happening out there.
Don't go away. We'll be back after these sandwiches.
Well, she's a Hindenburg-sized fuck-up.
I mean, she's fun at a social level.
I wouldn't want to be on her board.
Christ, no. She's going to drive that company into the fucking ground.
But now, more than ever.
Hello, mate. It's Dave. You're not going to believe this, but
Dave.
I decided to come home. Listen, I'll call you back at the next break and we can talk about how I get me job back. Cheers,
What?
Alex. See you, mate.
And the isolated
What?
idealists,
His job is my job, though.
heroes,
You said it, I've said
Well,
it. He must know, he's not stupid.
let's just flip those around then. If I'm going to lose my job, I'm going to put the internal use one on earlier.
You're not backing out on me now. We're in this together. It's gonna work. We'll get him. Let's make a cake. You're on the balloons. Got no idea how old he is. 40? 17? Yeah. Okay, coming back. In 5, 4, 3.
Oh, why is Alan James here?
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Ruth. Now it's time to take a trip around the country to hear how the lockdown might
1, 3, and 4.
from some friendly faces. Joining me are respected academic Katie Brightman and author of Alan James's Kites, Alan James. Thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Megan.
Thanks, Megan. It really is a pleasure, Katie. I enjoyed our little heated encounter.
I wish I could say the same.
So first off, Katie, how are you coping?
I'm holding up okay. The lockdown directive was so sudden that, like many people, I haven't been able to get home.
Oh no, what happened?
I was staying at a hotel after an international policy convention, and we had a particularly heavy night out. You know what economists are like.
Notoriously hate splitting the bill.
And I overslept, and as you can imagine, I've been here ever since. But there are certainly people much worse off than me.
Exactly. My tour has been cancelled indefinitely, and I've had to refund
Oh,
every single ticket.
that sucks.
Oh, Alan, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. People are being quite rude about it. They don't seem to realise I've already spent it filling the beach house with beef.
The crisis claims yet another victim.
So, this is just a reminder that my book, Alan James's Reich, is now available in paperback.
Unbelievable.
What was that?
You're unbelievable.
So, Katie, how do you think this might affect the economy? Should we be worried?
Very, Megan. Not to sound dramatic, but this could be catastrophic. Unemployment has skyrocketed, and frankly, it will be a miracle if a lot of businesses can survive this.
There you go, scaremongering again, spreading this latest liberal hoax. That's what they want. They want us quiet. They want us compliant.
There you go.
And they want us inside.
A hoax? How on earth can you say that, Alan?
Well, I haven't actually seen one of these supposed toys. Have you?
Well, no, but...
Did you know 3,000 people die every year from regular toys? That's a lot of people. And this is no different. You're just as likely to be hunted down by a yo-yo or a tennis racket.
He makes an excellent and persuasive point, Katie.
Don't listen to her, Katie. The press are the enemy of truth.
She's agreeing with you, Alan, you absolute shit!
Well, then I must be wrong.
Alan, are you now recanting your statement that these toys aren't dangerous?
People are saying they're just like normal toys, and that simply isn't true. Corrupt media lies.
And Katie, how do you respond to Alan's claims that
There's so much.
hugs might be dangerous after all?
I suppose I guess I'm agreeing with him.
Thank you, Katie. I appreciate your support. A lot of folks are saying this Mrs. Snugglehug situation will all blow over, but it won't.
Yes, right. Protect our workers and our businesses. We need to support the vulnerable, and we need
To repent. Exactly right, Katie. We brought it on ourselves with all our liberal indulgences like art, cake, and healthcare. We need to act now and begin sacrificing our firstborns.
Absolutely, Alan. If we can all successfully come together as a community and perform the ritual, hopefully we will appease the great ancient. Katie, could it be any worse?
Luckily, over the past few years under Advance, they've invested heavily into health, so the system can actually bear the strain.
Is it lucky that the Llama Lords have unleashed a horde of man-made
What?
monsters on
Wait,
its
what?
people to
How-
conceal the enemy within?
Will you just stop for 5 fucking seconds?
The Global Alliance of Fish People are amassing an army. Amassing an army to kidnap us.
That's you. That's what you sound like. That's you. That's what you sound like.
But
Meh.
I
Meh.
the
Meh.
the
Meh.
I don't sound like that.
Yes, you do.
You do, Alan. You do sound like that.
And that's why no one wants to be your friend. And that's why
I've got loads of friends.
No, you haven't.
I don't think you do, Alan.
Yeah, stop lying, Alan.
Not lying. You are.
Oh, good one. Oh, good one.
Well, I'm telling.
Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. Some real food for thought there from two of the territory's leading minds. Any moment now, I'll be heading over to Jeremy, who is going to be bringing us an up-to-the-minute report of the status of the nation. Over to you, Jeremy.
Thank you for what I'm sure was a reasonable debate which really contributed to the national conversation. Next, out on the streets, someone who's always doing exactly that. It's Patrick Bannon. Are you there, Patrick?
Hello, Jeremy. Yes, hello, I'm here. I'm here live. Apologies for the quality of the broadcast today. Couldn't find any cameramen or women brave enough to come and join me, so I'm out here on my own.
Right, and can you tell us what it's like out there?
Yep, I can. It's as you can see behind me, the streets are currently completely deserted. So my question, Jeremy, is just how long? I mean, could there be danger lurking just around the corner, waiting to end the fledgling career of this young, promising journalist? Or his full potential is even realised? Will he die, underappreciated by management, and frankly, if you ask me, very, very much underpaid?
I don't think there's any danger of that, Patrick. What's that on your jacket there?
Well, that's actually a sponge. What I've done here is made a snuggle-proof jacket, Jeremy. The network didn't bother sending me any PPE, so I've been forced to improvise. In fact, showing the sort of resourcefulness that would make me an ideal candidate for, I don't know, for example, an anchor position starting whenever they'd like.
From your point of view, Patrick, just how safe are our streets?
Not safe at all, Jeremy, not safe at all. I recommend people staying inside, following
Very good. We'll all just stay inside forever.
Unless, of course, like me, it's for groundbreaking journalism reasons.
Mm-hmm. And just where are you, Patrick?
I'm in the street, on the street.
Which street?
I think I'm struggling to hear you, actually, Jeremy, there.
Which street? Which street are you on?
Oh, which street am I on? Oh, God. I'm just looking for a sign. There it is. I'm on Bannon Avenue.
Bannon Avenue?
Yep.
Avenue? Yep. Bannon Avenue.
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine. Yep, I'm on Bannon Avenue on the sign, it says there.
Like Patrick Bannon?
Oh, yeah, that is like, that's strange, that's a weird sign. What's going on there?
Where are you really?
I'm on Bannon. Alright, fine, I'm not on Bannon Avenue, I'm at home, to be honest. Alright, fine, well, I'm in my bathroom technically, but you know, I couldn't face it, to be honest, mate. It's, you know, it's terrible out there, I don't want to go outside, they're everywhere. I'm sorry for lying.
We don't expect any less of you, Patrick. We don't expect any less of you, Patrick.
Can you hear that sound? What the hell's that?
I can, yes. I'm no expert, Patrick, but it sounds unmistakably like a tiny fist tapping on your door there.
Oh, fuck, it does. Oh, fuck, Jeremy, shit, no! Oh, bollocks.
Perhaps there's a small queue of tiny fists, each wielding a different gendered household implement, ready to bash in the heads of lying little roving reporters.
But you're lying, aren't you? Oh, shit, fucking, listen to me, you bastards! If you're out there, just piss off, you little fucking snuggle fuck! I'm too talented to die! Oh, too talented to die! Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, God.
Don't worry, Patrick. I'd say you've got a few seconds before they bring their way in there and finish you off. What do you see, Patrick? What do you see, Patrick?
I see only the devil. I see only Satan. Oh, God, no. They're coming to me. They're coming after.
This is news, guys.
Thank you, Patrick, for that report, showing the nation, and more importantly, management, just where you belong. It's time for another break, but when we come back, we'll be hoping to take your mind off the world for a little while, and who knows, maybe even bring you a few smiles. Join us after this. You're damn right. Yeah, I had them delivered. Yes, to Bannon Avenue.
And this is a Channel 1 informational video.
David!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's gonna die.
Must follow during this crisis. Stay calm, for God's sake. Panicking makes you less productive, and that makes Bozeman sad. Protect network equipment at all costs. We have literally hundreds of employees, but our budget is limited. We ask you to do the right thing and value our property over your personal safety. If you're working from home, please refrain from taking meetings on the toilet. Even if you're not going, we can still tell from the way your voice is all echoing. A reminder, the dress code is still in force. I can hear a tie on a conference call like a baby in a vacuum cleaner.
What?
And finally,
Wait, what?
Remember,
How'd that get there?
the public are scared. They want information. They'll consume anything we tell them. So let's not waste time on fact-checking or integrity.
Oh.
There's money to be made and Papa wants a taste. Bozeman out.
Welcome back to the National Nightly. Well, welcome back anyway. We know isolation isn't easy, so finally tonight we have something a bit different for you. Even
Oh,
though
boy.
some people felt it's not our job to entertain the public with absolute nonsense, other, more important people overruled those people. So it's time to find out who will National Nightly win and who will National Nightly lose.
National Nightly, National Nightly, National Nightly News.
So, how do we play? Well, about playing, it's Tommy Harris. Hello, Tommy.
All right, Johnny. It's good to see ya.
And how are you finding the lockdown, Tommy?
What do you mean lockdown?
The enforced isolation of everyone in the country.
Ah, yeah. I think I heard about that actually. Yeah.
You're in bed, Tommy.
Yeah. You called during nap time, so.
Of course, that's my fault. So, why don't you tell us how the game?
Why is everything all out of
Well,
sync?
It's pretty simple, Jeremy. You sausage. I'm gonna ask contestants from around the territory 3 questions about what else? Yours truly. And those people are going to get a chance to win a very special prize.
And what are they playing for, Tommy?
Drum roll, please.
Oh, it's because I did this.
Thank you. This.
What is that?
It's my athletic support, Jeremy.
Oh.
But I've signed it, so.
Oh, well then, what a fantastic prize.
Have we got anybody waiting to win this once-in-a-lifetime prize?
This is a bad edit.
I believe we have Angie on the line. How do you feel about winning this man's old pants, Angie?
I've never been so excited, Jeremy. And can I just say, I love you. Both of you.
Well, you've said it now, haven't you?
Oh, Angie, I love you. In a way. Tell us about yourself, Angie.
Well, what can I say? My name is Angie. Always has been. I'm a human woman, and my dental hygiene has been described as acceptable.
Brilliant! Right, well, shall we get this shambles on the way?
Absolutely, John. Can I
This
get
is great.
30 seconds on the clock, please?
We haven't got a clock.
Yeah, I did ask for a clock. So,
Well, why don't you start, and I'll stop you when it inevitably becomes unbearable to watch.
I love it. All right, here we go. Time starts now. Question 1. When is my birthday?
The 13th of August at 7:19 a.m.
That is absolutely correct. Question 2. I said, what is my favourite colour?
Crushed praline 4.
Correct, the colour of my nipples. And finally, Angie dear, what is my star sign?
That's a trick question. You were born outside of the human understanding of the cosmos.
Unbelievable, that is correct. Stop the clock.
Wow, that really was tough to watch. How did you do, Tommy?
Well, Angie, my love, you got every single question right. which of course means you lose and win absolutely nothing. Thanks for playing, Angie. Bye. Do we have another contestant on the line at Jellybean?
We do indeed. We should have Sonia Artleach. Are you there, Sonia?
Of course I am, Jamie, darling.
What?
Thank you for being...
Oh, there you are, Tommy. Mwah.
Let me guess, you work in theatre, don't you?
Is it that obvious? What gave it away? Was it the glamour or poise?
It certainly wasn't your inherent sense of humility.
Tell us about yourself.
No, he's not 3, he's 2.
You must play this game. I am a theatrical agent. I represent the likes of Rudy Beefman, Samuel Coffee Cup, and Jodie Carpetburn, amongst others.
And how's the lockdown affected you, Sonia?
Well, they may have closed the theatres, shut the studios, and boarded the cinemas, but they won't get me that easily.
How are you managing without any work?
Due to a savvy clause in all of my artist contracts, I am able to claim my 15% from their unemployment benefit.
Wow, that certainly is sharp.
Standard stuff, standard stuff.
And can I ask, where are you speaking to us from?
Well, I work from home, you know, to keep costs down.
And who's this?
Oh, well, you know, when they gave the order, I was actually mid-meeting with a client, so we've been isolated together.
No fucking way!
What the fucking fuck?
Is that Tommy Harris? I'm a huge fan. Can I just tell you how bloody brilliant you are?
Actually, Jeff, we're about to play a game, aren't we, Tommy?
We got time,
Well, if it's not too bold, I think I am in love with you, Mr. Harris.
No, it's not too bold. That's all right, don't worry.
Hey, I'd love to show you some of my stuff. I've been working on some new shit.
Well, at least you're already aware.
During lockdown, we've been workshopping some of Jeff's ideas for much younger children, haven't we?
People still let you near their children, do they?
That's right. Yeah. I've been developing some shows for younger children.
Well, we'd love to see it, wouldn't we, Gerbil?
Absolutely dying to.
Right, so, what do kids love?
Timely child support payments from their absent fathers.
Shallow and overproduced musical numbers?
That's right. Animals! So, I'm trying to address the things that kids need to know, but through a medium that they'll understand. Do you understand?
I think yes. I think so, yes.
Jeff's one of my best clients, aren't you?
I am. Yeah. So, the first one we've been working on is called The King of the Jungle's Mortgage Repayments. It's about a lion who's having problems with his interest rates.
I see. Does he have a broker?
He does, yes. He's a porcupine. How did you know that?
Well, your work is universal, darling. It speaks to people.
I'm going to say something to you, mate. I think you're onto something here.
Oh, the bear,
Oh, yes, right. This one is much better. So, this one tells the tale of Mr. Bear. Now, Mr. Bear is a very sad bear, because all of the other bears don't think that he'll amount to much, and they tell him that his plays are lazy and derivative.
I think you're onto something there.
Now, Mr. Bear is a tragic figure. Picture this. He's at his lowest ebb. The trees are closing in. He can't even face his salmon, can he? But then he meets someone that will change his life forever.
This is fucking gripping.
That's right. He meets a wise, old octopus who takes him under his wing and says, "No, Mr. Bear, don't be sad. You're not like all the other bears. You have this ambition and these dreams."
Such fucking dreams.
I think I love you, Jeff.
And what you need to do, Mr. Bear, says the octopus, probably doing an 8-armed gesture or something.
What you need to do to find happiness in this crazy old forest is you need to set yourself more realistic goals. It's called Mr. Bear Lowers His Expectations.
Wow, you really have taken yourself to new depths. And what do you want children to take away from this?
Oh, fuck shit, fuck.
What?
I said a more realistic worldview.
Are you all right, Jamboree?
It's Jeffrey. My name is Jeffrey Donington.
No, stop. How does it end? We need to know how it ends.
Well, all the animals learn a thing or two about inevitable mediocrity.
And Mr. Bear settles down near to his parents' cave, stops trying to make his band happen, and he goes into bear telemarketing.
Becomes a bear maths teacher.
Oh, and we end... We end on a big musical number. Oh, there's dancing. It's very repetitive, so it's catchy but not too challenging. Well, if you like, I could go and get my boombox.
Yeah, you know, I might be able to... Hang on, can we get Angie back?
Why not? The more the merrier, as they say at orgies.
Right, I'll just fill then, shall I? Coming up in a moment, it's the world premiere that nobody saw coming.
Lights!
Or wanted. At all. Right. I can only apologise in advance for what we're all about to... endure.
You turn this shitting thing up. Well, there's all sorts of creatures down on Dangly Doodle Farm. Like wise old Mr. Octopus.
What is this?
There's Mr. Pig and Mr. Cow. They're always in good
Last time he had kids singing for
That's
him.
'cause they don't know they'll soon be sliced up into food. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to turn into despair. Mr. Bear, what's that over
There we go.
there? That's where your dreams go to die. Mr. Raccoon wants to go to the moon. He'll end up as a bus driver soon. Mr. Porcupine thinks he'll read the news at 9. He'll end up as a janitor who stinks of turpentine. Mr. Tiny Mouse thought he'd own a massive house. Ended up in a bedsit where he can't control the louse. Mr. Horse thought he'd go into professional sports. Now he's an alcoholic and he's on his third divorce. Mr. Bear, what's that over
There we go.
That's the place your life becomes an endless questionnaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to die. Lower your expectations. Maybe you could get a job in telecommunications. No matter how you try, you'll never reach the League of Nations. The best you'll get is middle rank in trading operations. So lower your expectations. You'll never win an Oscar, so there's no congratulations. The future that is coming will not meet specifications, and no amount of visualization will save you from your own deterioration. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's a tramp who thought he'd be a multi-millionaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where self-esteem goes to die. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's the disappointment that is waiting everywhere. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your schemes go to die. That's where your dreams go to die. That's where dreams go to die.
That seems to have pretty much run its course. That's all we have time for tonight. But before we go,
That's an amazing edit, right?
Thought, and by you, I actually mean you, Alex.
Oh.
In the broadcast room,
Okay.
making sure we all look our best and keeping the signal strong and the language mild. And Alex is damn good at it. Alex is our invisible foundations. You at home can't see them, but they're always there, keeping us afloat.
Why is he making me feel
Of course,
good?
we can see you, Alex. I saw you the other day in the corridor. Do you remember?
What?
I tried to catch your eye, but I think you must have been deep in thought because you just sort of walked past me like I wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
I try and sit in your eye line in the canteen some days.
Oh.
Every day.
Am I getting like a whole minute of this?
Oh, no, it's wrong. I know you're married.
Yeah, this is on
I've done
air.
some digging. I found out about
We'll just keep you quiet. We don't need to hear this.
I wore a disguise. And I spoke like this so he wouldn't recognize me famously. I'm not crazy. I don't want you to think I would ever do anything to hurt Charlie or Susie. Sam's lucky.
She's turned something off at the plug, Alex.
Lucky to have you, Alex, but... If something happened, could you...
16 seconds. Yeah, I'm not gonna let her weird monologue get on air. It's just gonna be a little accident. Here we go. Job's done.
Your children are our future. Advance knows this, and we're making sure we get to them while they're young.
Okay. Fair.
The
Okay.
Advanced Go-Getters initiative will put your children in the picture.
Okay.
With subtle brainwashing delivered in potentially hazardous environments.
Oh.
And when they talk about what's happening at home, we'll be listening and taking notes. You wouldn't let your children...
What do you mean wake up? Oh, wait, whoa. There's a whole bunch of them. No, no. No, it's not a... No, no!
And eventual death.
Oh. Yeah, that was a bad edit. It was bad on purpose, though. You guys didn't get to see what all I was doing because I was, Oh, Channel 1 still likes me, even after I kept cutting to Jeremy eating a sandwich. Love it. We're gonna save and quit. We always do this. We'll go back into it. I don't want to have to replay these days. They just take... They're really long. A rude awakening. Let's go. Okay. We're just gonna... Oh, that's how that goes, huh? We need to turn off studio mode. There we go. Okay. The beeping of the heart monitor brings you slowly back to consciousness. Opening your eyes, you're greeted with a semicircle of concerned faces. Your family by your side, a reassuring familiar sight in these new surroundings. You blink a few times to clear the sleep from your eyes and bring everyone into focus. You feel a hand on yours, gentle but reassuring. Sam, there with you as always. Their expression, understandably concerned, is somehow more affectionate than ever. We knew you'd be okay. Never doubted it for a second. And if I ever see that Bozeman... You squeeze their hand back and attempt to wink. The worry lines on Sam's forehead fade a bit. Lord knows you've both got enough to be anxious about without your health being thrown into the mix. With a final smile at them, you turn to the rest of your family. Just as you feel Susie's absence, you notice Charlie fidgeting, clearly trying not to look worried. As soon as you turn to look at him, you can see Charlie tense up. His concern clear in his face. So you're definitely good, right? He asks, quickly looking away. Yeah, we'll just say there's nothing to worry about. Charlie looks at you and grins, one of those infectious smiles that spreads around the room. It's always good to have him in your corner. Your smile fades as you notice your mother staring listily out the window. Despite all your best efforts, she's not been doing well lately. You okay, Mum? Your mother starts, your call clearly shocking her out of her reverie. She turns to you and smiles. Yes, dear, of course. How are you feeling? You smile and warmly nod. But before you can respond, a doctor bustles in and ushers everyone out. She asks you for what feels like the 100th time how you're feeling. Surprisingly well, all things considered. Excellent, there's no sign of any real damage, just a bit of shock to the old system. Pardon the pun. Not that we'd recommend you do anything like that again, of course. After a couple of days of rest, you should feel right as rain. Never heard that one. She turns to leave, but stops at the door. Oh, and the private room in care. The doctor gestures to the room which you now notice looks rather expensive. Which you now notice looks rather expensive, has all been paid for by a Mr. Bozeman. He left those flowers and said not to worry. To take the rest of the week off work, he'll see you on Monday, apparently. Seems like the least he could do. So day question mark was after my heart stopped because I pushed the stuff. I guess I hallucinated that one. Okay, one sec, guys. Didn't realize I was getting it. I'm gonna drink the rest of my coffee here super quick, and then we're gonna get right back into this. Having a good time so far, though. I really like this game. I want to get all of the endings. You come home from a particularly late shift to find the kitchen light still on, which normally isn't a good sign. Everyone's usually in bed by now. Softly opening the kitchen door, you find Sam at the table. Bills and papers strewn in front of them is what looks like to be their second pack of biscuits. They give you a quick kiss as you take a seat next to them. Yeah, we're poor. Okay. Sam frowns and goes back to the bill they're holding. Hey, sweetheart, just looking at the numbers again. They look to the door. They look to the door, to the pantry, now converted into your mother's bedroom. We've been doing our best, but I think Cassandra really needs a nurse to look after her now. Suddenly, the bills are all you can see. I've been staring at the numbers all night. Tears in their eyes. Sam takes her hand. There's just no way we can afford it. I'm sorry. The kitchen table swims before you. Sam stands and pulls you into a firm embrace, but all you can think of is your mother and how you can't afford to help her. What would your dad be thinking right now? Is this the utopia Advance promised? You stare at the door to your mother's makeshift room. Tomorrow you'll need to tell the kids and then book an appointment at a transition center. What else could you have done? So yeah, now they're going to put down my mother because I gave away my passport to my brother. Is essentially what's going on here. Because let's look at the chain of events here, because when we do run 2, we're going to do this differently. I gave my passport to my brother-in-law, who used it to escape the country. And because I did that, I wasn't able to get any of the redistribution of wealth, and because of that, I'm poor. And because I'm this poor, I have to send my mother to a transition center, which is somewhere where they basically euthanize people. Sam's out with work again. Charlie's at a friend's house. The house is yours. You order takeout, have a couple drinks, and decide to relax in front of the TV. Not a great selection tonight, but surely there's something to watch. I'm gonna watch a comedy. It's not that good. The joke about the kiln made me laugh, but nothing else. The rest of it was kind of garbage. There's something reflecting. Okay, let's go look at it. Wiping a tear from your eye, you spy something. You reach down. You pick it up, you remember the note Sam left for you. Hey, sweetheart, Charlie lost Susie's present. Would you mind looking for it tonight? As you hold it closer, you're surprised to find the gift is actually an engraved lighter for Chippy. She claims the nickname's affectionate, but Charlie still scowls every time she says it. You're not sure Sam would approve. The accompanying note from Susie explains, Turkestan has a long tradition of glorifying the art of starting fires. Thought you'd like it. Don't do anything stupid, Suze. Hopefully it's just a souvenir and not a new pastime he's picked up. It's nice that she thought of him. Day 232. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll turn the webcam back on so you guys can see what I'm looking at.
You're fired.
What for? Facial sabotage?
Jenny?
What?
Problem? I want her fired today, now.
Don't worry, Kath, it'll be alright.
No, it won't be.
Oh, we only get 2 VCRs now?
Of optical destruction.
Okay, so Crazy Niels is always up there.
I mean it, Kath.
Stay where you are, Kath.
And moves.
It's not Jenny's decision, Jeremy, or yours.
It'll be alright, I'll talk to Boxman.
Oh, good. You can tell him I'll return his wife's casserole dish at our dinner next week. Jenny?
And his very first guest is popular parrot.
I'm sorry, Kath, you're going to have to leave.
At 11:30, it's a double bill for popular transatlantic comedy.
Man.
Letting it go to your head.
She nearly blinded me.
10 seconds,
I thought we were all part of a team these days.
Things are better, Jeremy.
She nearly blinded me. How'd she nearly blind?
And do your job.
You'll have me fired too.
Do I have 3 headlines now?
Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines tonight.
The establishment strikes back. The World
Okay.
Council has agreed today to impose punitive sanctions on the people of this country.
The sanctions, which are broad-ranging, include restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, food, clothing, and even some medicines. But how should we react? We asked the public.
What are your reaction to the sanctions?
I think it's fucking outrageous. My mom needs insulin. Am I supposed to get her transitioned?
Yeah.
What's the government doing about it?
There we go.
Thanks, Patrick. Fascinating stuff.
Popular
Well,
Prime
Patrick
Minister Julia
lived.
Salisbury has released a reassuringly brave statement in response to the World Council's controversial announcement.
This international declaration is nothing short of outrageous.
What?
We are a democratically elected government with massive popular support. We do not recognise these sanctions, and we encourage other socially progressive nations of the world to both resist and ignore them. Advance have struck fear into the heart of the international community by showing that it is possible to have radical change for the betterment of the many. And whilst I wish we could improve other countries as
There we
much as
go.
we have our own, we do not rely on the help of others to thrive. This country is entirely self-sufficient. We are a team, now more than ever. And this team is on your side.
There we go. Ah! Did it.
Defiant stuff. But what do you, the public, think of our government's stance? Robin Short found out.
Hi there, Robin Short, National Nightly News. I was wondering if I could get your thoughts on the current government.
I'm not really very interested in politics, really. As Mother always said, leave politics to the politicians, Malcolm.
Oh.
A whole lot of problems. Protests were held today at the controversial construction site for Remington Smith's physics-defying project. Since digging straight through the earth began 6 months ago, the project has been beset
I don't know if I...
including localized tremors and the heat deaths of many of the workforce.
Residents of the nearby town of Calamity today converge on the construction site with sincere, if misspelled, placards demanding a suspension of digging until
Sports
safety
board.
checks can be carried out.
Of course, that's half a world away.
We already supported that lady once. I don't want to do it again.
What's your opinion of the Moobs project?
It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. What's to stop it, right? Dropping out the other end and just falling forever.
Gravity?
No, it don't exist.
Gravity? Oh yeah.
The delicate sound of thunder. A frightening start for commuters this morning, who were confronted by a somewhat sinister sight as they left their trains.
Many travellers
What do we
reported
got
being
here?
intimidated by the silent figures who stood motionless outside every major station in the capital.
What are they doing?
Radical extremist group Disrupt, who organised the show of strength, refused to comment on the meaning of the strange protest.
Or to apologise to this presenter for making him drop his morning bagel in surprise.
I don't get it.
How do you feel about these somewhat radical extremists and their upsetting methods? Robin found out.
What do they do?
Do you have any feelings about Disrupt?
It's all a bit noisy for me, really.
They were
As Mother
silent.
always said, leave the rebelling to the rebels, Malcolm.
What?
Feast or famine. Resourceful doctors David Wong and Ingrid Sforsborg and Horgansford today
Oh, yeah.
announced their first successful harvest in Dante's taint. Although they can currently only grow a few fungal strains, the scientists seem to be staying positive, as the following picture shows.
The undauntable scientists chose to try and survive in the cave system.
Oh yeah, this is our good news story.
Inches forward up here on dry land.
Let's hope they're like Stroganoff.
But with Advance planning to spend an eye-watering amount of public money on the rescue craft, we asked Patrick Bannon to find out what we should
I
really
think we're happy about this one. This is our good news story.
What are your thoughts on the costs of the rescue?
Oh my God, Patrick Bannon, wash your mouth out with soap. You can't put a value on human life. You have to spend whatever it takes, because one day you might be trapped in an underwater cave system and you would want exactly the same.
I don't think so, actually, because for legal reasons, we're actually not allowed within 31 yards of the coastline.
Yeah.
I am not a number.
There you go.
Applications finally opened today for the new Advanced Team membership cards, a scheme by the government to allow fast access to all the new public services being introduced daily.
The team membership cards are entirely voluntary, but will be recognised as legal identification by all major organisations, including the police, banks, and, vitally, pubs and bars.
Go with
Of
this.
course, there's no charge, Jeremy.
It all seems too good to be true.
Well, you've always been a cynic. But most importantly, what should you, the public, think about the new team membership cards?
Team membership
This guy again.
I don't really join things as a rule. As Mother always said, membership is mostly for unmentionables, Malcolm.
What?
And finally tonight, game of two halves. Fresh out of rehab, repentant celebrity sportsman Johnny Hamsleeves is promising to turn over.
Oh, what's he gonna do?
In a surprisingly energetic appearance on the Witness
No, we don't
Show
like that.
this morning,
We
Johnny
hate this
showed
guy.
everyone he's certainly full of life and raring to go.
We hate this guy.
I doubt they'll survive the frenzy.
But what should we think of this exuberant behaviour? Patrick?
Disgusting.
Wise words there.
Later tonight, in a bit of a switcheroo, it'll be Jeremy in the culture chair, spitting rhymes with popular rapper Jay Zus. And then we'll both be chatting with a familiar team of
Okay.
veterans set to take the nation by storm again.
That's
What?
all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
I mean, do we really care if this part doesn't get... Oh my god. We gotta update some of this, like, hardware, guys. It's really bad today. Like, I shouldn't have to work this hard to get the news to show up.
Some news as we return to our
Yeah.
story.
Ah.
The Council today agreed that punitive and potentially illegal sanctions should be imposed upon this country. The sanctions, which come into effect immediately, aim to stop the flow of food, fuel, and
Perhaps.
medicines from
Oh, goodness.
Tonight's
Who's that
guest
guy?
From across the continent to discuss this unprecedented situation.
I thought we had...
Peter Clement.
Maybe it's a later story, okay.
Are you there, Peter?
Yes, I can hear you, Jeremy. Thank you for having me.
A momentous day, Prime Minister. Are you shaken?
Oh, I don't scare that easy, I'm afraid, old son. And neither do the people of this country.
Well, joining
There we
us
go.
is Ivan Vodovich, Foreign Minister of Urkistan. Ivan, thank you for being
Urkistan.
Great pleasure. You, Megan Wolf, are like strongest guard at labor camp who wake up inside body of crazy expensive prostitute.
What?
In my country, you will be worshipped as a god.
Okay. Minister, as one of those arguing most strongly for these sanctions, how do you feel about Avance's defiant stance?
Vance is like man who think he have big career in movies land, when actually he in dirty sanitarium,
Okay.
screaming at mirror and holding tiny penis in hand.
He's clearly not from Svenland, and we have like some of the cleanest mental health facilities in the continent, yeah?
And welcome to Svenland's Minister of Mojo, Björk.
Svenland.
I'm sorry, we don't appear to have your surname.
It's just Björk, yeah. We don't use things like socially divisive surnames here, yeah.
Minister?
It's just Björk, yeah.
Right, Björk. Your country spoke
It's
in
just
favour of
Björk.
advance at the World Council today, but you were noticeably absent when it came to the actual vote.
Well, what a surprise. The hippies didn't show up for the fight.
Actually, that's quite racist, because if you must know, we were going to go to the whole, like, boat thing, yeah? But it's actually the Festival of Feuerland here at the moment.
Oh.
To honor the old generations. So, like, we all had to look our grandparents' Galicia whilst the boat was happening, and that's, like, a really, really time-consuming process, actually.
You're like sissy man. You have this expression,
Oh.
sissy man. It's like man with tiny penis who like to wash more than once a week.
Actually, that's quite homophobic, yeah,
Oh,
because...
stop winding him up, Ivan. We're not back at the Grange now. Sorry, Jeremy. Ivan and I used to play golf back in my media days.
Yeah, he always wins.
Nothing gives him greater pleasure than grinding people's gears. The more publicly, the better.
Peter, you're like man with tiny penis who think he have tiny penis, but actually he discovered that. Oh, could it be? No, it's tiny penis.
Ivan's just worried that when the rest of the world sees how well we're doing, they'll notice all that dosh that he's got squirreled away. Because that's what these sanctions are, Megan. They're the last pathetic gasp of an establishment in collapse. Wolves at the gates, Ivan, old mate.
Good. You can join others on my wall.
Actually, in Svenland, we have, like, serious animal welfare legislation. And, like, my friend Helge, she got arrested, yeah, for killing a butterfly that was hovering over her heel.
For killing a butterfly?
Jam sandwich.
I used to know a girl called Jan Sandwich. She was a right cracker, too. I wonder what became of her.
We seem to be wandering a little from the news here.
It's human interest, Jeremy. The real people behind the headlines.
Yeah.
So if you're watching, Jan, give us a call. Yeah. Let's see if we can't organise a reunion.
Crash, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to run it past Mrs. Clement first, eh?
Peter, you're like man trying to empty ashes of mistresses into oncoming vein. Soon you have tiny penis and beard full of secrets.
In Svenland, we don't really go into all that restrictive monogamy stuff here. We're kind of fluid, actually.
Okay, well, it seems that we are running out of time.
Yes, so before we go to the break, briefly, if you would, gentlemen, with the people of this country facing shortages and
Okay.
Possible shortages and power outages.
Oh, possible.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Possible shortages and power outages. Can you summarise your thoughts for us, Minister Björk?
Well, from here, yeah, you all look a bit stupid really arguing about outdated divisive concepts like money. In Svenland, we replaced currency with a system of bodily fluids back in the 1970s, and that's like really hard to sanction, actually.
Thank you, Minister Votovich.
Your country is like man who think he invented perfect trap for giant mutant hairy bear. When really he just standing in field
Holding his tiny penis, yes. Thank you, Minister. And finally, Prime Minister Clement.
Let me talk to your viewers here, Jeremy. Don't worry, everybody. Don't be afraid. Don't even lose a wink of sleep. We knew the rest of the world would react this way, and we're ready. As my old man used to say, you can't make a shite pie without blocking a few toilets.
Thank you, Prime Minister.
Reassuring words.
What?
We'll be back.
After these messages.
1 minute back.
Hey, Peter, I over your way this weekend. You fancy a quick 9?
Yeah, sure, front or back.
That's what I hope you're asking Megan Wolf for me.
She's out
So-
of league, mate.
We need to pick a third advert. We're not playing Moobs because that one is by the same person who did the Mr. Snugglehugs toy. So we're just banning that person from having ads anymore because the network got in trouble.
Government censorship should show up in blue. Same is regular censoring. Keep an eye out for the advanced blue waveform.
Okay. So when things are blue, yeah, I'm probably not going to do that because I use my ears more than my eyes for that.
Hang on. Have they given you the Crown Prince report?
What?
Meghan?
This is Jeremy, and he'll be interviewing you.
Yo, thanks for having me on your show, man.
It's quite alright.
Yo, just a quick one. You're not going to ask me about the chimp, are you?
Live in 10 seconds.
So you put that get up on himself. I'm just saying.
Going in 5.
Megan must be the host then if Jeremy's interviewing.
Welcome back. I'm Megan Wolf. Later, we have an exclusive first.
What do you guys want? Do you guys want to watch the government stuff or acid, stomach acid?
Over to the culture spot with lovely old Jeremy Donaldson, who's joined by a very special guest. Jeremy.
Thanks, Megan. I have the honor and privilege of being joined by hip-hop royalty. He's been called the son of the streets and the father of truth. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Let's welcome Jesus.
Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, it's a real honor to be here on your show, The News. You know, as a kid on the streets, I used to watch you through a window of the shop, so to be here right now is crazy.
You've had quite the journey to be here today. Can you tell us about it?
What do we got?
Well, you know, I try not to, well, you know, the past is the past, and I don't like to dwell on it.
I understand.
But yeah, man, the streets is all I remember. Like, my mother donated me to a charity shop soon after I was born. Elderly lady took pity on me. You know, she let me sleep on a pile of crime fiction until I taught myself how to walk.
Wow, that's quite the childhood.
And she died tragically. Right there in my
Oh.
arms, man. You know, I remember a tear falling as she laid there next to the used homeware. And in that moment, I became a child of the streets. I was just 18 months old.
What a tale. What a tale. You're known for your direct and honest lyrics. Was your style informed by your troubled past?
Oh, like I said, I try not to talk about it. It's just it's just too hard.
Of course.
But my first album is about the story of the first 4 times I stole, so I wouldn't starve. A small group of infants came to see me as their de facto leader.
What?
They call me Mr. Cheese Slice. Anyway, we were like a family.
So it would seem. Recently, you've been quite outspoken about the government.
Yeah, fuck the government. Fuck a dog. Fuck Peter Clement.
What is it that you object to so vehemently?
Well, you know, they stole from us. They're taking our money and spending it, man.
Redistributing it. Actually, homelessness has been all but eliminated in the last couple of months.
So?
Surely that's a cause close to your heart?
Yeah, nah, of course, man. Very much so. I just mean, like, why do I have to pay for it, you know?
You don't. People have been rehoused on property seized from the historically wealthy. And that couldn't have been you, could it?
But yeah, I worked hard to be here. I built this from nothing. And
Yeah, so you wouldn't be affected?
Would you say you worked harder than, say, a farmer or a care worker?
I don't know. But if people are taking something from my music, choose to value it, buy it, who's to say I don't? And no one can take that away from me.
Not even to help, say, vulnerable children? Mr. Cheese Slice.
What is it you're trying to say?
I just don't understand where you've placed yourself politically. I mean, is it ideological or is it tactical?
Well, it's more of
Or
like...
maybe it's hereditary.
Stop trying to tie me in knots with your words, Jeremy. I let the music speak for itself. And the people agree with me.
Well, that remains to be seen. But you have given me a very easy segue out of a conversation that I promise you was much more painful for me than it was for you. So here he is with his hit song, Mrs. Ludlow's Tears.
Oh no, I'm going to do something a little different. It's a new single I've been working on.
Oh, so this is unapproved, is it?
Yeah. You love it.
Excellent. Don't worry, we've got a state-of-the-art censorship system. What's the worst that could happen? So
Oh, yeah. No, it's just
the new song.
guy with a space bar.
It's
It's state of the art, all right.
You're gonna pay up.
Oh God.
You're gonna pay back.
Well, we're all different races from many different places. At any given moment, only one could be the greatest. So you can feel elation from your participation. Still two leaders in this motherfucking nation. Now we're getting sanctioned, talking about expansion. Why does Julius require a massive fucking mansion? So fuck all your schemes. I don't need your freaky team, and I don't need your help to achieve my fucking.
We're gonna keep on that one. When I make a mistake, I'm gonna commit.
So don't make a fuss when you find you're one of us. Get every single one of you's a bit Jesus. And you can call me crazy, cause no one ever pays me. But I won't waste a lifetime being motherfucking lazy. I may be inventive, my taste may be expensive, but why would I get out of bed with no fucking incentive? Although it's contravention of your obvious intention, I like to eat a little of the fruits in my invention. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams.
We didn't do any of the optional censorship.
The best of the praise of the crest of the wave, cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head, cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. It's time to storm the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork.
There we go.
So this is for the snub ones, the push and the shove ones, the folks that feel the burden of their motherfucking loved ones. Ones who had plenty like a motherfucking Bentley. The ones who now finding that their bank accounts are empty. The ones at aspiration who had to flee a nation. The ones who built a business.
I only got one camera, that's good.
There's all sorts of people, the good and the evil. It only takes a glance to see we're not all equal. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. And the best of the praise serve the crest of the ways, cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna
I can't wait to watch these back.
motherfucking head, cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to storm the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Get out of your seats, get your asses in the streets, set a fire in the building, let them feel some fucking heat. Say you hate to go getters, you're squilling bet getters, and burn them on the powers of advances fucking letters. Gonna take his facts, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head, cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to storm the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Chase that dream, you don't need a fucking team, and advances little dances aren't as harmless as it seems, cause they're stale and corrupt, then you're angry erupt, then your hearts and your minds and your fists to destruct.
Wow, I got that right at the end perfectly. I'll take that. I don't know how that edit looked.
With his new song. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I'm sorry. I may not agree with you, but I'd just like to offer you an apology. I've just been told that there was some kind of issue upstairs, and an attempt was made to censor some of your lyrics.
What? Are you joking?
I'd just like to say to you and everyone at home that
What?
this was a mistake.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe this.
Here at the National Nightly News, we pride ourselves on remaining neutral, unbiased, and independent of any outside interference. You have my word. We will never censor ideas.
Yeah.
Back to you, Megan.
Well, a bit of
We didn't.
language there, sorry about that. Well, thank you to little Jeremy Donaldson for providing our culture spot. Coming up, we'll be speaking to a couple of familiar faces about their upcoming dramatic album.
Oh yeah. So we need to pick that other commercial after this.
That's the ad.
Just a reminder, fixing that on the VCR.
No, this is ridiculous. Who's up on
Last ad break.
Just a mix
What?
up, I'm sure. Now, if you come with me, I really do have to ask
Oh,
you to
trust
leave
me.
it.
My father's going to hear about this.
I understand.
Do we want... Which one do we... We've already played this one, so I don't want to play Moobs, so that kind of... That's all we got left now is this one. What? Sports board? This isn't sports board. What?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, shut up, stop it.
Okay.
Look at him.
If we could just get you in position.
Oh, say no more.
Wait, he's back again?
Megan, Jeremy.
Is he on every episode?
And Mr. Harris, and this is Ms. Raiden.
What?
Philippa, please.
You're back together again, eh? Who'd have thought it?
Perhaps a lower order demon.
Yes, it is awfully exciting, isn't it?
Right, okay then. We're going live in 10 seconds, opening on camera 1.
Does she always tell me what camera to go to?
4, 3.
Welcome back, and no, you're not mistaken. Sitting across from us are some very familiar faces. You really are too kind, Megan. It was only a yogurt commercial, but I'm still proud of it.
Here to talk about his new show, we're joined by National
Okay.
Treasure Tommy Harris, the National Theatre's Philippa Raiden, and National Deficit Jeff Algebra.
It's so lovely to have you all. Tommy, would you like to tell us about the show?
You know what? I'd bloody love to. It's about me. It's about my life.
And where did the idea come from?
So, right, picture this. Their legs are kimbo.
Let's hear it.
Session, sweat is pouring out of me like an immense hog. And then Cindy comes in. She says, Pete's on the phone.
That's Peter Clement, the Prime Minister.
Yeah, Pete's actually a really good mate of mine.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, no, he comes to training sometimes. He's actually a pretty good goal sweeper. Anyway, so, Pete, he says, Toby, he thinks my name's Toby, see? He says, how would you like...
He doesn't even know his name.
Spread your message of team spirit and cooperation across this fractured nation. How would you like
There you go.
to really make a difference in these desperate times?
What?
What did you say?
Yeah, right, yeah.
So, Jeff, the question on everyone's lips is, what
Yeah.
in God's name are you doing here?
Well, after the success of my debut work and all the people that I've touched, I knew that I had a career in theatre. Yeah? I've always been an admirer of Tommy from afar. So when my manager phoned and said that I'd been offered the gig as director, I was ecstatic.
Yeah, I bet.
I whipped my trousers off and got straight to work.
What?
Why did you do that?
I do all my best work with my trousers off.
Yeah, I've been told that too.
No, I wouldn't say so. Right, Tommy, sorry, give us a sense of what the show is actually about.
It's about how hard it's been for me and some of the struggles that I've
Oh,
faced.
yeah.
It's like really getting to the heart of how tough it is to be me. I call it Tommy Harris, Jesus, that was hard.
Catchy. We actually have some clips of the process of the show. Would you mind telling us what's going on here?
Yeah, so the show is built around
Yeah.
two things that are very important to me. It mixes scenes from my life as well as epic fantasy retellings of scenes from my life.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
What?
I'm sorry, son. You're an embarrassment.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
Back, demon! Back to the hells!
Wait.
Philippa, what's it been like co-starring with Tommy Harris? I've always dreamed of treading the boards at medium-scale regional theatres, Megan. And for once, this show really gives me something to sink my teeth into. What's different about this show, then? Tommy, Mr. Harris's show really lets me show my tremendous range as an actor. I've always suffered from typecasting, forced to play the same tired characters in every god-awful yogurt advert or godforsaken soap opera or, God forbid, a pantomime. But, you know, this show has really let me just
Girl with hat.
go there.
Jeff, the viewers at home will be dying to know exactly what is it that you bring to the show.
Good question. I think these guys would agree with me when I say that it's my steady hand on the tiller, my arm round the shoulder approach that's really brought the production from strength to strength.
Absolutely right. Jeff's contributions are immeasurable. He was our rock. Can you give us a sneak peek of anything else that might be in the show?
Yeah, all sorts, yeah.
Yep. We've got lots of exclusive first-hand experience
There we go.
of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
And some epic
Yeah.
fantasy retellings of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
What? What? It's even...
And am I right in saying this was officially commissioned by the government?
Yeah, all paid for by the taxpayer, which,
Wow.
to be honest, was actually a lifesaver, really.
I think it's fair to say that without Advance's support, we'd have had to cut the finale.
Which frankly would have been a travesty.
God, Jesus
Goodness, and you do this every night.
Absolutely. It's a metaphor.
For what?
Death.
And the public are footing the bill, are they?
Too bloody right they are. Between the cost of my tour bus and the dry cleaner and my ties, I'm barely scraping a profit here.
Amazing. And where can the folks at home come and see
Oh,
this
God.
themselves?
This is great.
We're performing all over the nation. And people can see it for absolutely free, all courtesy of Advance. Isn't that incredible, Jeremy?
Yes, it's unbelievable.
Well, thank you all so much for coming.
Oh,
Next time we see you,
neato.
no doubt you'll have taken our jobs.
That's all we have time for tonight. Join us tomorrow when I'll be interviewing the world's most attractive horse. I'm Jeremy
What?
Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. And from all of us here, have a peaceful night.
What an odd episode.
That's the ads. Let's get reset for tomorrow, please.
Hey, we must stop bumping into each other like this, eh?
Tired of dull and lifeless hair? Fed up of dry, brittle split ends?
Yeah.
Say hello to Acid Gastrique.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Provitamin formula is a deep
That's,
intensive treatment that repairs and protects hair from irresistible.
I gotta watch this a little bit to see if we should use it next time.
Contains an organic blend of ingredients that penetrate deep into your hair, breaking down citrulline and glycogen.
This looks pretty okay, though.
Acid Gastrique nourishes from root to tip for 8 times the strength of other brands.
Okay.
6 out of 10 shampoo is recommended.
We're gonna do one more broadcast, because last time I think we did 3. And what time is it now, actually?
Repairing damage and strengthening strands for hair that's truly
Yeah, I think that might be okay for me. We'll see. We'll see what time it is when we get there. We might have to read a whole bunch.
rapid repair and protect. Deep nourishing, intensely strengthening Pro V formula. The irresistible, healthy looking great hair days that make you say, look at my hair. Acid Gastrique. Because you have to.
I'm just reading something while I'm listening. Okay. Yeah, that was interesting. An exceedingly poor edit. Advance angered by content. I mean, I got my full wages. Okay, we're back to broke ass poor. Okay. We got to make sure that we keep these guys happy because we're going to piss this guy off. Channel 1 still likes me. Okay, we're going to go right back in. Don't worry. Hold on, though.
I'm Megan Wolf. And I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
Gonna stretch.
Our main headlines tonight.
There's a good chance we won't jump right back into a ladder worth climbing. Does this mean I'm gonna start like making more money and like take Bozeman's job? A lazy Sunday afternoon. Okay. I head to the pantry. It used to be my mother's room. Oh yeah. She's dead now. We don't... Okay. Charlie's back from the go-getters. I can hear him practically running to come and find me. He's got some big news. We listen. What is it? Ready? Charlie asks as you both nod. With a flourish, he reveals a new badge from his pocket. Ooh, as of today, I'm a first tier of Cohesion Cadets. Okay. There's way more stuff I'm gonna be doing. Okay. No. That's great. It's the government's like Boy Scouts and he's doing good at it. That can only be good, right? A sign of things to come. Oh, this isn't interesting. Okay. Shopping. Okay. You managed to get almost everything you need for the family. Okay. There's a queue to leave the car park. That's fine. As the final car in front of you drives off, you realize the queue is actually due to a checkpoint set up at an exit. A friendly-looking man in an advanced uniform, CCO emblazoned in a number of places, approaches your car. I roll down my window. Good evening! Nothing to worry about, just wondering if I can see your team membership card, please. Weren't these supposed to be voluntary? I don't have one. Oh, it's not a problem. We've got these forms right here, and we're happy to help you sign up. Okay. I thought these cards weren't required. Well, strictly speaking, they're not, but there's also loads of benefits. Okay, so he's gonna sell me one. No thanks, that's not something I want right now. Okay, stern disapproval. Obviously I can't make you sign up, but I would strongly recommend you do so, and soon. We wouldn't want people to think that you had anything to hide now, would we? Oh, okay. Okay, he's writing something down. That's not good. Clearly, Advance are very keen on everyone joining the team. I mean, if they become required, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'll get one, but I don't really think I need to go in on this, right? Okay, so I have to go to this thing. Okay, well, I don't have any plans, so I'll go to the work thing. Last time it was date night and he wanted me to come work overtime. Okay. So we're gonna go to this thing. We're gonna go to the invitation thing. We're gonna be friends with work. A national nightly news night. Oh, there's some military people at the door? Okay. I get patted down on my way into this thing? Okay. Armored security guards. This sounds normal. I'm Alex Winston. Okay, we go to our table. Okay, let's see. Clearly you're in Bozeman's good books. Okay, I must be, but I'm still broke-ass poor. Okay. Oh! I get an award for Best Newcomer. Okay. Okay. I go to the stage and I see the Prime Minister, Bozeman, and Megan. Okay. You're a little nervous. You make a joke thanking Dave for fleeing the country. Yeah, I'll do that. I saw that comedy the other day. Yeah. That may not have been the smartest move. Fine. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I told a joke and nobody thought it was funny. I'm an editor, not a comedian. I don't have to be good at that part. The heat wave. Oh, this is maybe where I have to use my fan. Ah.
The gauge in the front view will give you an indication when things are hotting up, and hopefully even someone with your attention span will hear the damn thing sizzling. Don't lose control.
Hey, screw you, Bozeman.
I'm sweating like Peter Clement.
Come to Bumlin's? We like to come to Bumley.
What, you've got someone to hose down the sun, have you?
Yes, they've just strapped on wax wings.
Classical illusions. I know
We're not
substitute air
gonna...
conditioning.
You know, I genuinely thought...
You know what? We always love Crazy
Yes,
Neil's.
but he is.
Come to Bumlin's going down here. Crazy Neil always gets to go first.
He's here to keep us safe from people
This one
like
was
Jack.
pretty good. And I don't like the team membership cards because the cop was mean to me about
10
them.
seconds, everybody.
So, we've got any actual real news tonight?
Well, the world's on fire. That good enough for you? Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Siege mentality.
This is the temperature gauge, I guess?
Military blockade to enforce the unjust and punitive sanctions.
What? They're the
now
same.
entering their 10th week. In a statement from team headquarters a short time ago, Prime Minister Julia Salisbury issued a commanding response to this unprovoked escalation.
Ever since these illegal sanctions were imposed, we have gratefully relied upon
What?
trade and aid from our worldwide friends who, like
Uh-oh.
us,
Sorry if that made a big noise, guys.
Today's escalation, however, is nothing short of an act of war. We call upon our international
No more
allies
phone.
to condemn this blockade, absolutely. And we warn aggressors to this country that we are neither meek nor defenseless. Thank you.
Wait, there's a fan over here too, huh?
Fall from grace. Once a celebrated role model in the world of sports, Johnny Hamsleys has fallen to new lows.
Has he?
His failed TV comeback attempt, times seem to be hard for this former athlete.
Yeah, we're gonna
Photographed this week on the streets of the
we're gonna keep telling the story in this way for him, I think.
An unrecognizable state. It seems the faded footballing legend has resorted to panhandling to make ends meet, after losing his sizable fortune and any remaining public respect. One witness even claimed it seems
I want to see it go back up.
We'll do kicks for hand. In it to win it. Exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a new monthly prize draw for all team membership card holders. Every month, lucky winners from across the country will be picked up
The old
randomly
guy.
to receive what Team HQ are describing as unique prizes worth more than money.
I want to see how this gauge works.
Take up on the scheme has been much higher than expected, and if its lucky winner's delighted face is anything to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going
Oh,
to
there it
have
is
that.
there. Okay. Oh, shit. Turn on. Come on. There we go.
That excavations are to be discontinued and the unfinished tunnel repurposed. Speaking from her divorce lawyer's parking lot, pitiful scene.
Now we know how to do it.
Remington admitted the attempt to dig through the earth was short-sighted and ambitious, and unveiled the future of the abandoned hole. Sophia claims the low-cost subterranean housing project will be a triumph for low-income families and promises affordable, attractive accommodation only a few miles below sea level. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Progress today for the stranded scientists of Dante's Taint.
So that's how it works. We look at these bars.
The trapped team have survived in the cave system for many months now, but hope is on the horizon as the expedition leader is announced by the Board of Underground Theoretics. A respected professional with decades of experience, training and knowledge, Captain Audrey Aerospace is said to be the only real choice to successfully save the troubled scientific excursion, but an unfortunate one to be sat next to at a dinner party or social occasion. Life during wartime. As if we didn't have enough aggressors on our borders, internal problems are growing for the government as
What do we
radical
got?
activist group Disrupt caused chaos in Parliament
What?
Park last night. Scuffles broke out after the protests, resulting in multiple arrests and the injury of 3 community cohesion officers. Advance said
Okay.
to comment. As grassroots support for the movement grows rapidly, especially in those areas Advance have not yet been able to fully regenerate,
Yep.
people across the country are starting to fear a return to the bad old days of inequality, division,
Fair
and
enough.
multiple television shows about buying houses. All this, and I'll be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions, as well as
Fascinating medical
in
conditions.
this year's Feline Football Championship, and her proud owner.
3,
That's all up on tonight's
2,
National
1,
News.
go. Oh, good. Yeah, no. Yeah, just be really aggressive right off the start. Come on. Oh shit. Got it. The fan keeps switching off.
Our team of
Just like it said. Just like he said.
The people of this great
Oh.
nation of ours are coping with this unprecedented
Shit.
hot weather. First, let's go to Megan Wolf in Shining-on-Sea to see what the scientific community has to say. Megan, how's the weather there?
It's absolutely glorious, Jeremy. Thank you for asking. I'm here with Dr. Anna Burns of the University of Princeford. Are you enjoying the weather as much as I am?
Oh, yes, it's wonderful, isn't it? My
I'm just gonna turn off the fan, so I always have to do that manually.
You're part of a team carrying out a study into just what's causing this unbelievable heat. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, we want to be able to reassure the public once and for all that there's absolutely
Yeah, I know,
nothing to worry
Bozeman.
about, and that they can enjoy their sunstroke and fossil fuels in peace.
You sound very confident about that.
What are all those
So I can
beeps?
say without any hesitation, there's really no cause for any concern here. I've actually left my car running.
So tell us about this experiment.
Well, we take data from weather stations from all over the world, along with...
Do I just have to have it on?
And we take all that and we feed it into this state-of-the-art computer. And
Or is it the
very
computer
soon we will be
beeping?
getting a high-tech readout of the results.
Blimey, that sounds very fancy.
I should just
Hmm.
say, none of this would be possible without the generous support of Remington's Fist. This is all thanks to their unrivaled investment in our future, and may I just say, complimentary personal anecdote. Oh, here we go. And, as expected...
Oh, there's our readout. Our highly scientific readout.
Fucked? Hang on. This can't be right.
Right, but obviously you said a second ago that everything is absolutely fine, so...
Well, actually, under concern level, it just says, why, God, why?
We should be celebrating these wonderful results, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah? We need to evolve gills within 40 years. Here it just says, shit.
Look at you. This is meant to be a celebration. Can't go around looking like that.
Shit,
there you go.
shit,
Much
shit.
better. Can I just say thank you again to Sophia Remington for providing all of this.
Everyone, we don't have long. Time is running out.
It's running out. Absolutely right. That is all we have time for.
Abandon hope and return to the forest.
Enjoy that. I'd like to thank Dr. Burns for just one opinion on the climate.
The sea will reclaim us all.
There you have it, Jeremy. Proof, if proof be need be, that everything is just fine. I'm Megan Wolf, here with science. Back to you.
Megan Wolf there, attempting to do some actual news.
Neato.
Next, heads over to Robin Short, who's in Scritchford with some of the winners of this week's
Okay.
team membership lottery. Robin?
Thanks, Jeremy. I'm here in Scritchford with Gary Failsafe.
Where's the phone that Bozeman's talking to me through?
And Amelia Jackhammer, an aspiring poet. Both of you were drawn at random from those who hold team membership cards to receive this week's amazing prize. How do you feel?
Filled with fervent euphoria.
Yeah, good, yeah.
And all that we had to do was fill in a quick form or two.
Wow, that sounds so convenient. But
Wow.
No, what have you won?
That's right, Robin. I've won dinner with Julius Salisbury at one of the capital
Dang.
restaurants.
We get to take the politicians out for dinner. That was what we won.
Clement's out to help him dredge the gutter in.
That's absolutely terrific. You must
Wow.
both be over the moon.
I've written a poem about it.
So, can you tell me about the moment when you first heard the news?
Well, I was back
Boy.
against a particularly difficult floater, probably one of the sixth formers, when the headmaster came and found me.
I was involved in a similarly brutal conflict with a particularly arduous stanza.
Ah.
So you were both polishing turds.
No, I don't like to polish them. I like to keep them intact for my collection.
Oh,
Oh.
how unexpected.
I don't polish turds. I write poetry.
Yeah.
Potato, potato. So Barry,
Do you think Peter Clement's going to let me keep the contents of his downpipe?
there's no harm in asking, I suppose.
Would you like to hear one?
No, thank you. Gary, when you signed up for team membership, was it in hopes of winning the lottery, or were there other reasons?
Yeah,
I like
why'd
the
you do
flutter,
it?
Of course, but no, the boss said I had to sign up to keep coming into school.
Very sensible. It's important to know who we're trusting around our children.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I have an unpublished book of sonnets about children. Perhaps you'd like to hear one.
No.
Or an anthology of haikus on the death of innocence.
I'd rather hear about Gary's turd collection.
Really? I thought you might say that.
Oh no.
Are you all right?
Yes, it's coming.
What?
It's inspiration and it's delicious.
Right
What?
you are.
Today on the show, there's no news. Just a man who keeps multiple poos.
Here,
Well,
this big one's my favourite. See how it's fibrous and really lovely texture.
Would you encourage other people to enter for their chance to win?
If it's colour you're looking for, take a gander at old Blue Eyes here.
the national news lost its way when it covered some crap on a tray.
Some of these are quite rare.
Maybe that was unfair.
And that's all we have time for today. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Robin. What a lucky
Yeah.
pair they are. And
There's
finally,
Patrick Bannon.
It's over to Patrick Bannon, who's gone to the smelliest town in the country to see how the unprecedented weather is affecting the locals. Patrick?
Hello there, Jeremy. Hello, yes. I'm here live in Grizzleford, which has recently voted the smelliest town in the country. And I have to say that, you know, in this heat, the smell really is. I mean, it's something else.
No.
Sorry, Lardons, mate. You've lived here your whole life. How'd you put up with the stink?
Well, we're just all very proud of our achievement, to be honest with you. You can tell that look at him, proud as punch. Do you know what it's like, son? Being the second smelliest town? No, I don't. Living in the shadow of Arseminster. Those smug fucks. But who's laughing now, eh?
So what, not me, that's for sure. So what happened, mate?
Right, the good people from Remington's Fist came in and saved the day with their factory.
You're talking, of course, about the newly built flour factory.
Yeah, they gave us this big presentation on jobs
Yeah.
and growth. But as soon as we heard about the stench, we paid them whatever they wanted to put it here.
Does the stink not affect your life in every way, Barry? I mean, perhaps if you're filling in a tax return, you're completing the physical act of love.
It's strong at first, but you get used to it after several weeks of your first bout of sickness. The judges were
What?
very impressed.
So, what's the sickness?
Oh, that's nothing to worry about. It takes a few minutes before you develop any symptoms. Now, folk are saying something about the production line and how they dump carcasses directly into the water main, but
What?
I think it's probably a few valves on the high street.
On the high street? Should I see a doctor? What are the symptoms?
Well, the first one is asking stupid questions. Then folk experience a loss
What?
of inhibition.
Fuck off, do they? When was the last time you brushed your teeth, you stinking old tramp?
A next recording is a period of randomly bursting into song, followed immediately by delusions of grandeur.
Oh, that's not really a problem, little song of my life. Hello, it's sexy Patrick Bannon, and he's wearing sexy shorts now. Oh my God, look at me. I'm like a stallion. I'm gorgeous. Why didn't you tell me? I should take my shirt off. You know what? I'll even let you touch me if you want.
That will be the bout of undeserved self-confidence.
Love the Bannon. Feel the Bannon. Oh, man.
And the ennui. All that's left now are the hallucinations and
Oh, good.
consciousness.
Poor Patrick.
Nana Dottie? Was that you? Why are you made out of elbows? You know I don't eat opinions.
Oh, don't worry, folks. Once he wakes up, he'll be just fine. We'll just find a place to stick him where it won't matter how many times he evacuates his bowels. Right, that's all here from Grizzleford, a town that's really making a stink. I'm Barry Lardons. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Baron. With a naval blockade being set up around our coastline as we speak, when we come
Crazy
back,
Neil
I'll be
first.
talking to 3 members of the general public who appear to be here purely for medical reasons. Don't go away. Unless, of course, you've got something better to do.
Yeah.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Guest has some unsuitable opinions for the evening news. Keep your eyes and ears peeled.
Wait.
It would be nice if you could
We got a new. What's this?
You say this every Friday.
No, you know what? Let's put that one in
What do
next.
you mean? Jeremy?
Bumlin can go last. What? There we go. I don't know what this is. It's got the Riot Games logo on it. I bet it's just a promo for League of Legends, right, guys? That's what it's got to be, right? It couldn't be anything else.
That's what I'm talking about? Cat football? We should be doing an interview with the War Minister, or a report from Grentham Downs. Even the weather will be more fucking relevant than this.
Jeremy, please, just breathe. It's just something light to keep people's minds off things.
Exactly, which is wrong. People's minds should be very much on things. Christ, it's so fucking hot.
Please take your seats as quickly as you can.
I can't do this anymore, Jenny. I've had enough. That's it. This is just
10 seconds. Get over yourself, Jeremy. Why don't you stop feeling sorry for yourself for 5, 4, 3.
Yeah, there we go.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, your host, Jeremy Donaldson. Later, we'll be talking to the captain of the territory's first cat football team, Professor Pumpkin. But first, I'm joined by 3 guests with some balmy bodily behaviours. Joining me is a woman who's been hiccuping for over 9 months. Isn't that right, Miss Piercy?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, good.
Yes. Tell us, what brought all this on?
Well, it's all a bit of a blur, Jeremy, to be totally frank with you. See, I was watching your show and I remember seeing the news about the election.
Oh, yeah.
It hasn't stopped since.
Fascinating stuff. Also here is Frankie Steampipe. Perhaps you could explain to us exactly what your physiological foreboil is.
I'm here to say it's high time people like me were respected.
Oh.
We're constantly overlooked in the workplace, we're whispered about on buses, and we're asked politely to leave children's birthday parties.
What?
And it's disgusting. I'm sorry, my bowels have comic timing.
And finally, I'm joined by a
There you
man
go.
who answers every question honestly, even when it isn't aimed at him. How do you cope with that, Mr. Truman?
With a combination of booze, self-hatred, and hardcore pornography.
Is that
Not according to my therapist.
Well, in that case, let's speak to Rose. Tell me, how does the hiccuping impact you?
I get shushed a lot, which is hard. Work
Oh, good.
requires me to stop answering the phone. It's really affected my confidence.
Well, I find it really fucking irritating.
Do people tend to believe your story?
Fuck no.
Actually, I've been surprised at how much support I've received.
And Frankie, why have you come here today?
Because my wife left me, and I was hoping that the fame would win her back.
We've started a group for people with ailments deemed broadly comical by society. It's called Take Us Seriously.
That's right. And we bloody well mean it.
And who's joined so far?
A bunch of fucking losers.
It's just us so far.
And how much success have you had?
Well, we've seen some real positive changes.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's been a runaway success.
Shit all. Not a single person come to our fun run, and all of our leaflets fell in the canal.
Huh. Well, Miss Piercy, some people are saying your condition was actually caused by the shocking events of that night. What do you think?
Come down, Mr. Donaldson, that's absolute rubbish.
What it'd be like to have a pair of tits.
Could you? I'm sorry, it's very hot. What was I thinking?
That you're a team fuck puppet?
No.
Or a sellout cunt?
Apologies. Just a reminder that he can't help it. And hey, if this isn't live television, then what is it?
Fuckfest of propaganda masquerading as journalism.
Right, Frankie, Rose, tell us, how can the viewers get involved with your cause?
Yes, we're holding a sponsored run in Capital Park next weekend. It's called the No Smiles 13 Miles.
No, it's
Oh, boy.
called the No Laugh Half. What did I say before the show?
That it was the team pulling Jeremy Donaldson's strings.
No, I didn't say.
Wow, we may have to end that there, unfortunately. What a harmless bit of fun.
Steady on! This is exactly what I'm talking about. We demand respect.
Yes, well, later, I'll be talking to Professor Pumpkin. A ginger tabby with a world-class pair of penalty paws. Is that really necessary?
No, it isn't. Let go. Not you.
Unhand him at once.
Enough! That's enough! Enough!
What are you doing?
Try not to piss myself.
Alex,
Don't you dare! Don't you fucking dare cut to the ads before I tell you to. Now, you in the broadcast centre, both physical scapegoats. You listen to me. You cut the ads before I tell you to, and I will kill every single person in this studio. I am thinking about what I'm doing.
Uh-oh.
I've been thinking about it for a long time. We all should be. Christ, it's so fucking hot in here. Do you remember when we used to do the real news? Before it was all lottery winners and bloody cat football? We are on the brinks of a siege, the likes of which the world hasn't seen in hundreds of years. The enemy
Here we
is
go.
at the gates, and I'm stuck here talking to these three fucking idiots.
I think my hiccups have stopped.
You three, get the fuck out of my studio. Go on, now, go, before I change my mind. Jenny, lock the doors. Jenny, lock the doors.
Yes, Jeremy.
Now. Good. Yes. Now. Good. Right.
Okay.
You in the broadcast.
Intense.
Alex.
You are an idiot!
You've already loaded up exactly what you're going to play in the commercial, but today is going to be a little bit different. Look to your right. Yes, really. Look to your right. There is a VHS tape, and I want you to load it into one of the machines. And when I say so,
I already did that.
You play it.
That was great timing, Infinity. What's the best news?
Alex,
I know I've doubted your competence, but surely even you know better than to play that tape. We don't take orders from armed lunatics. Play it all ever, or there will be consequences.
Oh, but now, we're going to show the other side for it.
Nice.
A bit of fucking balance. Like the good old days. Alex, play the fucking tape. I don't want to hurt any of you. If I see anything I don't like, I will not hesitate to start.
Alex, you're going to get me in trouble with that. Let's hope you made the right call.
Reset the system.
They're bringing back classic Overwatch? Neat. So wait, Jeremy's part of Disrupt? Oh, nice. I like that. That is good news. That was the only thing I didn't like last time. Also, we may have just caused the end of the game. Or one of the endings, I think, by playing this tape. I think we're about to get fired for playing this tape. We also didn't censor anything while Jeremy was going fucking insane. I'm not listening to the broadcast. I don't want to hear what this is. I'm going to listen to it later. I don't want to know. Oh my God, it's Alan James.
I used to try and shock people for a living. For entertainment.
What?
But now we live in a time where perhaps you need to be shocked. Perhaps we need to wake up. Advance are coming for our freedoms. They are coming for the fruits of our labors. They will take our wealth. They will euthanize our parents.
That's
and smile
insane.
They will turn our children against us if we voice our concerns. But you don't have to accept it. A great many people already won't. You can resist. You can disrupt. Find us. Talk with us. Join us.
So what now?
It isn't hard.
I don't know.
We're everywhere.
This wasn't what I planned. I mean, some of it was. I had a speech, look. But this was unexpected.
So what now, Jeremy?
It was supposed to be your day off.
Please, don't do any more stupid things today.
How long,
We're already live.
What?
Welcome back to the National Nightly News.
Why are we keeping this going?
Unexpectedly, for I very much imagine will be my last broadcast, are two new guests. Jenny works here at the National Nightly News and is someone I consider, well, a friend. And next to her is, what's your name?
Andy.
Andy's a policeman. Only we don't call him that anymore. He's a community cohesion official.
Officer.
Sorry?
It's community cohesion officer, CCO.
And how's that feel, Andy? Being rebranded?
It's good. it's not about confrontation anymore. You know, the force had its
Yeah,
fair share
yeah.
of problems. The team doesn't have as many.
But it still has some.
I couldn't say.
Couldn't or wouldn't?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Christ, you're fucking useless, aren't you? We'll come back to you later. Jenny?
I don't want to be on the news, Jeremy.
That's perfectly understandable. We want to do this. Jenny, why did you join the National Nightly News team?
I always wanted to work in news.
Yeah.
But why specifically this program? The National Nightly News.
It was the news everyone trusted. Is. Do you really want to quibble semantics at gunpoint?
Is there something else you'd rather discuss?
There's a great big Alan James-sized elephant in the room you seem to be ignoring.
What do you mean?
I saw your face when that hood came down. You didn't know, did you?
It's about the message, not the messenger.
Like I said, you didn't know.
No. I didn't know. The people I met were with.
Yeah.
He wasn't there. I didn't know it was Alan James.
I'm sorry. But seriously. Alan fucking James.
She doesn't have a gun, she gets censored.
God, I love you, Jeremy, but
He's a good speaker. He's popular in the country.
not right.
Look, forget Alan James. There is still something
Oh,
deeply
boy.
wrong. And you know it, Jenny. And you know it, Andy. And you know it too. Meanwhile, I'm interviewing a guest who stinks of shit. Patrick is puddling about in shit. And Robin is literally interviewing someone who collects the fucking stuff. I mean, it's not sophisticated, but what a metaphor.
Oh, goodness.
We are sleepwalking.
We got 7 more minutes.
And the news isn't saying anything. We're not saying anything.
Says who? Alan fucking James.
What
Oh, I
are
let her
the
get
scientists
one.
working on at Grantham Downs? What are they testing underground at Altergrave? Andy, your turn. Make yourself fucking useful. How many people have you brought in for consultations just because they weren't carrying or didn't have team membership cards?
Oh, well, there's other forms of identification that we will accept.
For how long?
We're just here to help.
Then why do you need these? Not really help when it's offered at gunpoint, is it, Andy? Let me demonstrate it for you. Let me help you. You read these cards with my notes on it, and you'll probably digest a fact. That'd be helpful, wouldn't it, Andy? Knowing a fact?
I don't
Do you want my help, Andy?
Yes, whatever you say, yes.
Security are here, Jeremy.
Eat it.
What?
Eat the fucking news, Andy, or I'll force it down your fucking throat.
Jeremy, stop.
Go on.
Really?
Eat it. Eat it, you fucking bully.
Jeremy, stop. They will kill you. Please, don't make me watch that.
Of course. You're right. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. You can put the card down now, Andy. You can go now. You too, Jenny. Fuck off over there. We're nearly done. All cameras on me. This new regime of ours is so seductive. I understand that. But before we all hand off our freedoms, should we ask to whom we're handing them over? Don't you want to know what's being done in your name? How many people were transitioned last month? A record high. Again, if you care. Shouldn't someone ask Advance how they plan to deal with this blockade? How many years or months of supplies we have? Why aren't we asking these questions?
Oh, man.
Who shit is this?
This has got to be the end, right?
Backstage, dressed as a fucking goalie, for Christ's sake. He's even got the little gloves. Anyway.
You are an idiot!
Oh. Wow, that's loud.
It was going to just about sums it up. We are all up Ship Creek with a paddle made of Alan fucking James.
Are you just gonna censor my game? Is that what's gonna happen here, mister?
I was gonna quit tonight. Take a holiday. Try something else. Out of the limelight.
He was gonna quit?
Having a relationship. I hear they're nice. Never tried. I loved them. And now, well...
God, Jeremy, don't!
I've tried my best to be honest with you, but this just isn't the news anymore. And I'm sorry. I've lost this fight.
Alex, think of the consequences.
I've let you down.
Please, we can't show this. Cut to the ads.
My name's Jamie
Now!
Donaldson.
Do it now!
If you can. Somehow. I envy you if you can. Have a peaceful night.
Jeremy!
We got it just at the end. Woo! I wonder how that edit went.
Carousel.
I wonder if it's gonna come back. Oh, there we go. Broadcast complete. New challenge unlocked.
We've got none of that, but I can tell you what we do have. Danger cars.
That was intense.
This way. Stay with us in our rustic accommodation with all the facilities you'd expect. Water. Grass. Hey, shoot. Don't worry about that. With our fantastic live entertainment.
I am gonna turn that down in a little bit because that is very loud.
Perfect family getaway at Bucklands. Located just a few minutes.
Bring it down from 100 to like 70. There.
It's majestic, isn't it? Bucklands. We'll take the whole family.
Oh my god, I got a perfect broadcast. And wow. A generous bonus? Why? Because I didn't show him kill himself? Or because I showed the anti-government things? Mm-hmm. We're going to go to the next one. I thought that was going to be the last one, but I really think we're almost at the end of our first playthrough, so we're going to continue here. It'd be really cool if we could finish one of the runs. You wake up, still partially in shock from what you saw in the news. What you had to edit on the news. When you come downstairs, you find your family in the living room. You take a seat next to Sam. We were so worried about you last night after Jeremy with the gun. It was awful. And then she asks if I'm okay. I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing and just squash it down. Sam glances at Charlie, then back at you. We saw you choose to play that tape. And I couldn't help but wonder why. I didn't feel like I had a choice. So it's a bit of both. I think that's why there's 14 endings, because like the game changes. If you follow what the government wants, you're not poor and you're very, very wealthy. But like it gets worse and worse and worse for the public. And then the more you censor, the worse your own life is, but the better it is for the public. It's part of the game mechanic, actually. It's kind of cool. Okay. That's not good enough? I could have died. He had a gun, and he said that if I didn't play the tape when he said to, he'd kill everybody. Yeah. Well, good. My wife supports me. I absent-mindedly turn on the TV. The TV is playing through an old western. It's not quite as distracting as you'd hoped. You're never going to please everyone. Yeah, you're damn right. Especially not when news anchors are literally killing themselves on the news. Day 365. Wait, I got a big bonus! How am I still broke-ass poor? Got a postcard from Susie. She's on her trip. Urkistan's a really cool place. Cool. Next we're going to Konoslava, much warmer. Okay. I'll be back in time for Christmas, I promise. Okay. Sounds like it's been a hell of a trip, worth every penny. Yeah, that could be why we're broke ass poor. Your wealth is affected by your choices at work and at home. And your wealth affects some of the trees that you go down, I believe. The 20-week war. We have new things. Yeah.
Stay out of the orange. Nutritious meal out of a can of condensed milk, a cow's tongue, and some rhubarb. Not one to miss.
So, Julia's team have asked me to ask you to keep it light.
With part
What
8
does
of
that
our
mean?
acclaimed documentary series.
That thing you do where you turn politicians into humans?
Oh, is this like studio audience sounds?
They do know this is the news, don't they?
You didn't hear this from me,
It's over
but
to Patrick Bannon for all the day's sports board highlights, including all the tabletop action.
apparently there's a crew at Team HQ right now. I think she's giving a speech or something tonight. They'll get it on the late news.
Oh, great. So they get the brains and we get the performing monkey.
Okay.
Sometimes you sound just...
I guess we don't have to do the fan stuff anymore. I like that those mechanics come and go. I really do. I like that. What does this button do? Is this the new sensor button? It is. We can't even try these other things out, though. What do we got for ads? We got 10 seconds.
10 seconds, everybody.
Crazy Neil always makes it, no matter what.
Going in 5.
We're going to play the war broadcast to keep our jobs, and you guys can pick the last one.
Good evening. This is the
We got SS Fun Ship. We're not playing Sophia Remington or Eau de Babouin.
Skirmishes on land and sea again today as our armed forces tested the mettle of the World Council's illegal blockade. Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions into the disputed zone is certainly keeping the enemy on high alert, unable to work out where
There we
or
go.
when the next strike will come. Sadly, however, more casualties were reported today, and as the weeks and months of
Get
this
the
war
webcam
make
going
ever
here
more
in a
demands
sec.
on our armed services, those numbers will tragically only continue to rise. Don't starve. Advance's food program moved from strength to strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time, and
We're going to give Patrick Batten something here.
strategy has seen shelves restocked with increasing regularity. And judging by the looks on this happy family's
Oh, it's
faces,
ration box,
can't come
darn.
a moment too soon. They'll be getting a good meal tonight on the government, just like the rest of us. 7 days to die. The recent decision to allow those with long-term health conditions to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming success.
Oh.
Previously available only to those in their final years, the expansion of the service has been met with relief by the many organisations calling for it to be opened up to the wider community.
Interesting.
With dwindling medical supplies leaving many of our most vulnerable facing chronic pain, it can come as no surprise that the transition centres have found themselves stretched to capacity.
I don't know what we do with this.
More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a team membership card, a worrying statistic given that the cards are a legal requirement from midnight tonight. While applications
Yeah, of course
still
they
open
are.
for those who like to run fashionably late, they can expect a few tricky questions from Advance. Start me up. Disrupt spokesman Alan James held an impromptu rally today in the northern city of Manchester. Large crowds gathered to hear the band speaker prove Disrupt are still able to capture the public's imagination. A representative from the Mankleypool Community Cohesion Team described the event as mostly peaceful. But it looks like Disrupt aren't going quietly into the night. And finally,
What do we got?
absent friends. Sad news today as the grave of former National Nightly News host Jeremy Donaldson is vandalised by radical Disrupt activists. The much-loved broadcaster suffered a very tragic public breakdown 10 weeks ago in an incident which ultimately cost him his life. Disrupt spokesman Alan James, whose organisation last week named Mr. Donaldson as the cause's first martyr, described the graffiti as a fitting tribute to a hero of the resistance.
Okay.
But first this evening, with the war about to enter its 21st punishing week and people hurting up and down the country, I'll be grilling unpredictable Prime Minister Peter Clement in an exclusive interview from his home in Lancashire.
What?
That's coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
What is he? He's drunk, very drunk. What the? Why? Why? Oh shit. This thing didn't warn me. Didn't beep.
In part 2, I'm a little overexcited to announce I'll be interviewing the one and only Lil C. And later we've got a new feature
Hey,
that's sure to
interesting.
back for more. But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister Peter Clement, who's speaking to us from his home in Lancashire. Good evening, Prime Minister. Have we caught you exercising?
Oh, have we started? Yes, that's right, Miss Wolf. Just a few minor adjustments. I mean, nothing drastic. I haven't joined a gym or anything. As my old mum used to say, just because she won't take it up the shit, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try for a quick fiddle up the car park.
Language, Prime Minister. Language, Prime Minister.
What? Quick fiddle? What's wrong? Oh, shitter. It's shitter, isn't it? Yep, that's the one.
And can you tell us what...
Maybe it did beep and I just didn't hear it.
Well, you know, Mrs.
Today, I spoke...
You know, the night the blockade began, when Jeremy Donaldson... Well, you know, and it was blistering hot, as I'm sure...
We're not gonna...
And I were a bit wheezy from all the cigars and all that. And Mrs. C turns to me after the signal dropped away, and she was in floods of tears. And she says,
We're not gonna do the activist thing this run. We'll do it another run.
So I made a decision. And since that day, I have stopped smoking cigars. Except for Christmas. My birthday. Weddings. State dinners. I got as useless running backwards doesn't go anywhere. And apparently I'm going on a walking holiday this Christmas, and that should finish me off for bloody good.
Did you make the decision to holiday within the country this winter because of the blockade, Prime Minister?
Well, Mrs. C has never liked travelling at the best of times. These are certainly not the best of times, on that we can all agree. There's a lot of red tape involved in leaving the territory at the moment, as I'm sure you're all aware. Some of those forms are bastard long. All in it together. What? All in it together. Oh, yeah. Also, it doesn't seem very advanced to be going abroad when the rest of the country is grounded.
And yet, Julia Salisbury announced today that she'll be visiting Spenland during this year's winter break.
Why?
Is that really an example of team spirit?
What? Did you know about this, Gail?
No one tells me anything, Peter. You should know that.
What did you know?
Well, leaving that for a moment, it says on this card that a body like yours must take some planning to achieve. What's your morning routine?
Well, I have a frigid morning routine.
Rigid. It's rigid for fuck's sake!
Oh, yeah. A rigid and demanding plan that my doctor and personal trainer...
Who's your personal trainer?
Ah, some prick called Clark. Is that on your card?
I thought you might wonder. Prime Minister, speaking of planning, with the blockade in its 20th week and the people of this country reeling from its effects, what plans do you have to get us out of this mess?
Well, that's a very blunt question, Miss
Surely
Wolf.
one for which you, the democratically elected Prime Minister, must have an answer.
Don't you get smart with me, Pat. I was a fucking national treasure before you were a twinkle in the milkman's scrotum. You want to talk about plans? Let me tell you about plans. That's all we do. Fucking plans and revise plans and then meetings to discuss the implementation of plans and plans and yet more planning for fucking plans and yet more fucking plans.
Well, that's good. That's good to know.
Oh.
You know, I used to really like you, Pat. You're a breath of fresh air. But I've been watching you, and you know what? You get more like him every day.
We
I will take that as a compliment. Prime Minister, later on this evening, your co-leader Julia Salisbury is going to give a national address.
Yes, this isn't great.
Can you give us a hint of what she's going to say?
Yes. Well, I imagine that there will be
you
the
imagine?
usual. No, what I mean is.
You do know about this broadcast, don't you, Prime Minister?
I'm sure I did. But Julia and I have no secrets from each other. We don't memorize each other's bloody diaries either. As my old mum used to say, if you wanted to get a job done quick, don't get bogged down in the pubes. What else you got?
Sorry?
Only cards, what else? A little piece of my life you want to rustle through? Get out, refill my last. Ah, come on. Come on.
Okay. What music do you listen to when you work out?
Well, Gail tells me that I work out to Little C, but I have absolutely no
What?
fucking idea who that is. Do you think the C stands for...
It stands for collaborative, Prime Minister.
Yeah, that does make more sense, actually.
How's rationing affecting you?
It's hard, but we get by. You just have to learn to get by on the basics. Take comfort in each other. I've got Mrs. C and many a fine single malt. I want for nothing.
So for a decent night's sleep, of course.
Prime Minister, thank you for joining us. When we come back,
Okay.
it's time for
We
the
did it.
Culture Spot with Lil C and a world premiere performance of her new song. I genuinely can't wait to hear that. We'll be back after this.
Go on, crazy Neo.
Everybody. And that is what happens when you wander from the car.
We're gonna go with SS
I don't think anyone
Fun
else
Ship.
know. When you mentioned it, Bozeman's face turned a colour that I think you call embolism. Am I in trouble? Bozeman? Nah, you're like the daughter we never had. I suppose the higher ups might like him now.
Who's Lil C?
Well, if there's any justice, no.
Who's Lil C?
Good old crazy Neo.
What? I'm civilized. I read books.
E. We're still in the air though. Okay. Okay. What?
I've never heard of her before.
She's big.
What?
She any good?
Freaking crazy Neil, man.
My kids go mad for her, absolutely mad.
Live in 10 seconds. Hang on, Colin, you've got kids.
Yeah, I've got about 6 or 7.
I wonder how it's gonna prompt me to do the applause and stuff.
4, 3. Thanks for coming back. Later, we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughter's Children's Men, before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album smashing the chart records at the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C.
Okay.
May I just say, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
My manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water and then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Okay.
Wow, is that healthy?
Well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
What?
That's good to know. So your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer and it just exploded. I mean, what was that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that like annoying little girl from that show to that like sexy little girl from that show.
Wow, that must have been bizarre.
Not really, it was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course. I mean, the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short.
Yeah, there you go.
There's nothing that strange about it, Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
So, this newfound explosion to your popularity,
Neato.
I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing like nicer underwear, you know, for the paparazzi. But as my manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about like promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or something.
Your manager again?
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Oh, do you think he'd be happy with you telling us all this?
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dancing and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, we're going to see some of those famous
yeah,
dance moves
yeah,
shortly,
yeah.
You're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
We'll definitely see them.
It's on my album, Put It In My A Together, and it's out tomorrow.
So soon, after the last one?
Oh yeah, I've actually released 2 albums since lunchtime and a clothing line during this interview. See, this is called Cry for Help, and it's going to be in all the best high street and retailer shops, and it's out now. So girlies, you know what to do. Scream and cry until somebody gets it for you.
Ooh. There she goes. Blimey.
Oh, shoot.
All these projects, they're keeping you very busy, aren't they? It must be tough.
Yeah, it can get tough, and I hate it sometimes, and I hate myself. I just want to, like, cry into a bath of root veg. But then I think thousands of girls would do anything to be me, so I must be quite lucky.
Well, you know you don't have to do this, though, don't you?
Yeah, I do think that sometimes. Most nights, between, like, my 4th vodka and the 8th time a stranger slaps me around the arse, I think things could have been different, you know, like, better. But I don't know. I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me and tell me what to wear.
Did you always want to do music?
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I did. I'd sit in front of the radio, and as soon as my favourite girl group would come on, I'd press record on my cassette. But then my dad would come in and tell me to turn it off and to go back upstairs and start practicing again.
Sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough. And sometimes when it gets really hard, he'll say, "Make Quagler proud, and you might just survive childbirth."
Well, you know what, despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
And on that problematic note, you're going to be singing your song for us soon, aren't you?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. But you know what, it's actually all right. And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then, well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah.
A very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Oh, so here is Lil C with an exclusive.
Yeah, we'll give the. I can't see a problem with clapping to a musician.
It's the Force's favorite, the queen of teams, here to break in your blockades. We'll see.
Oh baby, can't you see I'm hungry? There's a place in me that's empty. I want that meat you're packing, only you can fill that crack in me. I'm under siege, so
Okay.
come and free me. Ain't no disruption here, boy, I got no agenda. Just want the team and me, no birdie far.
I'm not even trying to get the bonuses. I'm just trying to stay in the green.
That ain't been filled yet. I only scream this loud when you do your country proud. I ain't no Vickers, gotta come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pour me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So let them try and break up.
Okay.
Fight and love and diet. So what a Peter Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy. I wanna see some action. So come and break my sanctions. I've been this wild and free since Mama burdened me. She was only 53, but gave to save her family. There's no one judging me if I'm the one that's in your fantasy. Don't die alone, these babies gonna bring you
Okay.
home. I ain't no Vickers, gotta come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pour me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So what a Peter Clemens boys can come and use
There we
me
go.
as a toy and flip me over, grab my hair, rip off my clothes and dump them there. I wanna see some action, so come and break my sanctions.
There we go.
Well, if that doesn't distract
There we
you from the
go.
world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Lil C for
Next advert's
well,
up.
for doing
Yep.
that. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll finally be revealing the new segment of our show that we just know you're going to love.
Oh,
We'll
good.
Be back right after this.
And we're out.
Nice, we did it. How'd we do? Did we get like an A+? Probably not.
Can I just say, thank you so much for letting me do this. It really means a lot to me, you know.
Yeah.
To be able to promote myself on such a mainstream platform like the news.
Well, don't worry about it. And you know what? Good luck for the future. Take care of yourself. This industry can be crazy sometimes. Watch out for that father of yours, won't you?
Oh, no. I manage myself. It's just, you know, for the public to have that certain perspective on me. You know what it's like.
Oh. Oh, right.
And Michael?
What was...
Michael?
What about Billy Bob Jean short?
Oh, my dad. He's such a sweetheart. We both have the same agents, you know, like it just
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
Both of us for our image together. Wow. And Michael, I want to see the revenue share for the clothing line and get me a G&T before my meeting with the lube guys. If they say for your pleasure, I'm going to start needing it.
That we encourage and educate our family, friends.
This next section will lead you to use all four of the sound effects to hook things off.
Okay.
Pick the most appropriate one at each given moment. The actors can't hear what you're doing, so they'll be trusting you to make the right choices.
No, not anymore.
I just have to make the right choices. No big deal.
Keep adding flowers until it feels like 12. Got it?
Absolutely right.
Okay, this is the last one for me either way. This is the last segment we're doing today, guys.
5, 4,
This has been good though. I've enjoyed this again.
Teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show we'll be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent and we're very excited about it. But before we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director and phenomenon, may I say, Jeff Algebra, guys.
Actually, I've dropped the algebra. I go by Jeff DePlume now. How'd you like that?
Oh, yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh.
It's shit.
And how does Angela feel about all this? Your wife. Your wife.
Oh, God, no. No. No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
And why did you write this? What was your inspiration?
Oh, well, I received a telephone call.
Oh, boy.
Offering me 25 grand to write a pro-team sitcom. And I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff, you listen here, boy.
Oh.
You make hay while the sun shines. You wring every penny you can get out of this. So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking. Utter shite.
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice board.
Oh. I actually have to pick the right one every time.
Good morning, Miss Craven.
Oh, morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalised my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've written all sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn youths.
I don't know. It could be the vicar at closing time.
I'm just worried they won't ever become
Oh, God.
productive members of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock. See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And just like that, we can unlock their future.
Yes, yes. Wow! Look at all the letters in my collection today.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
We're just gonna keep clapping.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right. Here it is.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers? What's up, losers?
Oh, no. It's Brad. He's the coolest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Oh, clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
What? Rad dudes?
No, Ruffians! Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to pin my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What did you say?
What the hell is this?
That's right. Maths is very important.
Maths is very important.
Not at all.
So you, a young person, have been spending your time helping others and not just urinating on churches or huffing glue?
Hey, I haven't huffed glue for months.
Well, blow me down!
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool you are and not on your actions.
No doy.
So it wasn't you who vandalized my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of a chopper?
No way. It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Could you speak up there? I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray. Oh, what the heck? Give us a hug.
Oh. That's an earthquake. Or a nuclear bomb. Or an earthquake. A power outage? Oh. Neato. Let's get the...
Of the notice board, but we are receiving some breaking news. I'm being told
Okay.
we are picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be what appear to be nuclear explosions in
There we go.
4 major foreign cities. Initial estimates put the death toll into they put them into millions.
Oh.
I'm being told we're experiencing some power shortages as a result, so apologies for the interruption. And apparently we can go live now to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment.
Wait, didn't we know about this?
Yes, let's go to that now.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent.
Why?
We have similar devices in 58 other urban centres and will not hesitate to detonate them if our conditions are not met in full and without delay. The people of our territory will no longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal blockade.
What?
You are to remove it immediately. We will accept nothing less than your unconditional surrender. Your territories will be taken under our control. We will install replacement governments to ensure that your citizens become part of the new future. Your borders are now our borders. Your people are our people. They will finally be fed and clothed and educated and healed.
Oh.
But for your privileged few, the moment that they feared is now upon them. Allow me to be crystal clear.
It ends today.
Fire a single shot at our territory or harm a single one of our citizens, we will not hesitate to detonate further devices.
Jesus.
You will not find them, though no doubt you are already searching for them. Our technology is decades ahead of yours.
There we
will
go.
expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight. Thank you.
Geez, looks like Jeremy noped out at the right time.
I don't really talk about my personal life in my job. It's not relevant or important. So many of you may be surprised to learn that I have a brother.
Yep.
His name is David.
Oh, we're not going to get to see SS Fun Ship.
I can't get his stupid face out of my head. He's a researcher and he's currently travelling the continent for work.
Ah.
And I don't.
He might be dead now.
I don't know where he is right now. And I should imagine that there are many of you sitting at home tonight digesting this news, and you also have loved ones on the continent. In Urkistan, or Havia, or San Palmerino, or...
One of the places we just bombed.
Or Konislava, which is where David was when I last spoke to him 3 days ago. So when I tell you I know how you are feeling tonight, believe me, I do. But I also know that there's
Dang,
a flow
man.
to events. I see it every day here. I know that although tonight it feels like we may be in a time of fear and darkness, we may actually be at the break of a new dawn.
Thank God we're playing SS Fun Ship after this.
We can't know that yet, but together we will find out. And I will be here every night, feeling what you are feeling. And with your help, maybe we can all get to that brave new world.
Maybe.
My name's Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out.
Jeez.
We've got people ringing round, but the telephone networks are overloaded. Okay. We'll find him.
Do we know exactly which cities were hit, or?
Megan. We will find him.
Jeez. Maybe this doesn't end soon. Maybe this keeps going. Holy shit, though. Dang. Well, let's...
Just like the brochures say, you can cheat on your wife.
Great. Okay. Oh, they even got harmony. Okay. I like this. This was the good one to end on. The court says there's no scam. That's how you know it's legit. That's who I would want to tell me that, the court.
Due to the ongoing military blockade, some destinations may differ from those
Pleasure Court.
as the cruise now mainly takes place around St. Bumley.
The cruise is mainly it's mainly around Bumley. So if you want to come to Bumley, you got to take the SS Fun. What did I do so wrong in E? What did I do so wrong in the first segment? Okay. My full wages. Okay. Man, these guys love me. This person hates me though, but I backed them early and they screwed me, so. We're not gonna watch any of the rushes and adverts. I don't wanna know what's going on.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines.
I don't know if I'm gonna do another one, guys. Let me see. Okay, either way, we're gonna do a quick BRB. If I stay on. Oh, just give me a sec though. This has been super fun though. I think we're gonna end it here. I don't want to stay up all night doing this. I think this is a good spot to end. So I hope you guys are enjoying Not for Broadcast. I'm really enjoying it. There's 14 endings. We're going to get them all. Even if I have to Google how to get some of them. But I hope that you guys will continue watching. That's it for tonight. I'm going to chat a little bit if anyone's here to chat. And that's all we're playing for tonight, though. I think we did good. I think like 3 hours of not for broadcast is good enough for me. It's a difficult game to comment on when you're not chatting with people, because it just takes so much of your attention. So if nobody's chatting with me in chat, it can get hard sometimes to keep going with it. But I'm really enjoying this game. This is only the first playthrough. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it too. We're going to put the edits up on YouTube as well. They cut out the first part and the end part. And any part where I kind of pause for a bit, we just edit those out. But I hope you guys have a good night. And we will be back streaming on Wednesday for sure. I don't know if Cal's going to be on tomorrow. I don't think I will be. But you've got a video coming out tomorrow. You've got D&D on Wednesday. You've got community game night on Thursday. You've got more D&D on Sunday and Baldur's Gate on Friday. So there's still lots of fun stuff to watch. But with that, I'm going to be signing off. You guys have a great rest of your night.